Hello everybody, welcome to Match of the Week. I'm Neblime. Here with me is Cold Warpgates, the nemesis of hot hatcheries, I'm told. How you doing, Cold Warpgates?
Doing pretty good.
I'm just pandering to chat out here in the intro.
Right. Of course.
The people on the VOD are going to be like, what the hell is Neblime talking about? You know what? The people on the stream most of the time are probably like, what the hell is Neblime talking about? Well, you know what? I know what I'm talking about right now. The end of regular season, playoffs still to come, of course. So we made it to Week 10. Week 10 has been played, and now it's up to us to cast it. We have some Week 10 action coming at you. Let Us Attack versus Too Furious Tier 2. Cool. How did your team end up in the season?
Let's not talk about that. Let's just keep going on this game.
I knew there was going to be that kind of answer. That's why I asked.
Look, it's not about the win-loss record, right? It's about the spirit.
Right, this league is not about winning. It's about, well, okay, to be fair, it is CPL. It's about learning.
Yeah.
Good answer. All right, we're going to jump right into our first game, as mentioned. All right, in the top right here, in the red, we have Blobfish. And the bottom left, in the grey, we have Fuzzy Branch. So we're going to start things off with TVZ here. Blobfish for Let Us Attack. And Zerg and Fuzzy Branch the Terran for Too Furious. And yeah, we're going to start on clips. Now, these are some Tier 2 games. Not the best of the best, but certainly they're bringing some potential here. So I'm excited to see what happens here in Eclipse. Barisu in chat says Blobfish is insane. If Barisu is calling you insane, you got some serious mental issues.
Yeah, I was gonna say with these screen names, I feel like this is an encounter that could happen in the deep ocean. Like Fuzzy Branch is like one of those like coral that kind of looks like a tree.
Well, no, I was thinking it's like literally some like wood underwater that like has some stuff growing on it, you know, and it just like
like
moss.
Into the blobfish.
Blobfish doesn't know what to do. Like could be. Already Blobfish complaining about the lag. So too much lurker or what? Let's go. I want to see it. You know, now that we're going into playoffs next, I expect the level of cheese is only going to escalate, but it doesn't mean it's too late for this week here.
Yeah.
It's definitely possible. Well, Cold doesn't want to talk about his team, so I'll talk about mine. You know, the United Emu Directorate, we're pretty much middle of the pack. I'm not unhappy with it. And honestly, this CPL, the spread of teams is a lot closer, except for a certain team we're not going to mention. They're all pretty evenly matched. I feel like the top two kind of in a league of their own, then the rest. But I think it's an improvement on previous CPLs where we've had some extremely one-sided ones before. Look at this link-proof wall he's building. Interesting. Oh, well, actually, will it be link-proof? I take it back. Look at this somewhat wall he's building.
Is it going to be like links you get between the depot and the Rex?
Between the depot and the depot. Yeah. Depot above fits like a glove, so nothing's fitting in there. Oh, by the way, I didn't even mention, but Blobfish went for like an overpool. I wasn't even really respecting that happened.
Oh, yeah.
That's quite weird here. In ZVT of all matchups, wouldn't expect that. Was he expecting a proxy? Is Fuzzy Branch a proxy type person?
Wait, maybe if a Barisu is worried about Fuzzy Branch, then
yeah, maybe
Blobfish do something that we don't know.
Could be. Well, you know, I don't know if you watch those games. I remember when series I was casting on State Zero, it was like Ranko went for like 3 barracks with no gas or anything, just in his base. And just Marines came across the map. It was interesting.
Yeah.
Well, Lings are coming across the map now. And, well, they're in a link-proof wall, but it's something of a wall. And if an SCV kind of helps out to block, it's probably pretty helpful. We have a factory coming up in Fuzzy Branch. Okay, so already we're going with a bit of a deviation from the normal TVZ model. Here we go. The Lings are going to run right in, though. Fuzzy Branch needs to block this. Oh, this could be a very short game if these Lings just run in and kill everything. Where's the SCV pull?
No, it seems like maybe Fuzzy Branch was not aware of the blocking.
Yeah, the Lings were coming. Okay, the SCV's trying to do a decent job here. I don't think he's going to die. Oh, nice surround on that one SCV. I mean, that one Ling. It looks like Fuzzy Branch is just going to clean this up. Man, he needs to put this SCVs back to work. But I mean, this is doing a lot of disruption in the Terran base. At least making it worth Zerg's while to have made 8 Lings, I suppose, even if it's not going to kill him. 2 Lings just chilling outside, though. Okay, here they come. Oh my gosh.
Well, there's the factory is not quite done. There's just one Marine who's going to get annihilated right away.
Yeah, and this is the problem. Once you lose the Marines once, it starts to spiral out of control. Now, the Vulture can come out and clean this up easily. It looks like it's going to happen, but the problem is Blobfish getting absolutely perfect scouting info, already going for this creep colony, not going to suffer any harassment as Vulture. I think just getting a great start in this game. Yeah, and I like people in chat to say, you gotta know your wall, you gotta know that this is not link-proof, and not that you need a link-proof wall to survive here, you just have to scout and react accordingly. I didn't see Fuzzy Branch's scout, did he send one?
I did not see one, but
man,
I could have missed
Breeze is right, he's crazy. But this Vulture's gonna clean this up, so at least he'll reclaim his main. Now, he saved minerals, didn't mine any more gas, so it seems going to be a CC going down and then an armory to follow it up, but everything's been so delayed. Honestly, I think Blobfish is going to hit him with mutas and just kill him, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, this happens to me in a PvZ too, where Lings get my base, and like, they don't do too much damage on paper, but they completely stop any like build progression.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, isn't it? Well, any kind of harass, I feel it's kind of like that. Sometimes it does no material damage, but it's just like so chaotic, and then like 2 minutes later you look back at your base and like, oh my god, I don't have anything. Well, there's 2 vultures coming up here. You know, 2 vultures can run by a sunken for sure, if he's brave enough to try it. Oh, I want to see it. Oh, look at that drone in position though. Throwing down that hatchery, that's going to make it basically impossible. Very nice there by Blobfish. Man, Blobfish looking real nice. Yeah, absolutely. He knew this is the moment. 3rd vulture coming, in fact. This is like worst case scenario for Fuzzy Branch. When you do this, you don't necessarily invest in more than 1 vulture, but you can go up to 3 and try and like suicide in for drones. With this SimCity, I don't think he's getting anything done. Best he can do is like run into the mineral line and start getting chewed by drones. There's no armory that I see either, so I'm not sure what exactly Fuzzy Branch is going to do about Mutalisks. Okay, there it starts, but
turns around. The vultures did think about trying to run into the Zerg base, but
I missed
saw that SimCity and turned around.
Oh my bad, I was in the Terran base. Well, just as well they didn't commit though, because they would have been absolutely annihilated.
Yeah.
So I think the best Fuzzy Branch can do here is some no range Goliaths. You know, trying to deal with these Mutalisks and turrets maybe. I mean, the eBay just started, I don't think he quite has time for turrets here. Maybe if Fuzzy Branch is lucky, these mutas will just chase vultures on the map.
Maybe, but it seems like there won't even be a Goliath up when the mutas hit. Like, this is going to be really scary for Terran here.
Yeah, +1 air weapons coming up as well, by the way, for Zerg. So, committing to these Mutalisks. And I think when you're at an advantage, it's a good way to do it. You can sometimes just end the game this way. Having this 3rd hatchery is very nice as well here in this situation. A lot of time on 2H muta, you know, if you just go straight for the muta as hard as you can, you have that limited production. But against a Mecha, to me, I think the 3rd hatchery definitely stronger. Alright, here they go. They're just going straight across. He knows what he's about. He knows that Terran's in trouble, so he's not going to waste time with these vultures. Oh man, does he even have any turrets? That bunker's going to finish, and 1 bunker can deal with a lot of Mutalisks, but it's not really where it needs to be. And what are you going to do? Attack this with your no-stim Marines? Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know what Terran can do about this. I mean, and this is not going to be the end of the mutas either, right? We see plenty of mutas on the minimap. It's just... Oh, they weren't even in the bunker.
Sad. Yeah. So Goliath's going to come out here, but he's not even researching Goliath range. He's researching Vulture speed. And you know, without range, they're not really that good, as we're about to see here. Well, Blobfish, okay, doesn't want to take too much damage, flies away a bit there, but yeah, he realizes only 2. Gonna crush them immediately. I mean, when the mutas hit your base, you kind of need to have 2 Goliaths and range done, and you huddle on your turrets and then you just build up from there. But yeah, Zerg just dominating him right now, and I don't think Terran can come back from this.
Yeah. These mutas are going to be right over the factories pretty soon here. That's checkmate for Terran most of the time.
And the turret's even going to fall. That's the only turret he has, actually. He doesn't even build anymore. So yeah. Well, we're talking about harass not doing material damage. He's definitely doing material damage right now. And as you say, Zerg just rallying more and more mutas, not really investing in anything else. Look at these eggs, man. Oh, they're hatching. Oh my gosh. That one brave Goliath. I'll save the Terran base. Oh my gosh. Should have stayed home. Look at the Zerg swarm coming across the map. GG. Fuzzy Branch not going to wait for it to hit. Well, pretty decisive game 1.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see something exactly like that again, just because I don't think we'll see the Lings get in there again.
Well, I mean, if he doesn't know the wall once, is he going to try the ineffective wall again? I don't know.
Sure.
Look, just based on that first game, I'm feeling the 2-0. Because it was pretty one-sided. I mean, yeah, you're right. It was screwed up by those early Lings, but I don't know. Alright, here we are in game 2. In the 12 o'clock spawn, in the blue we have Fuzzy Branch, and the bottom left in the pink we have Blobfish. So here we are on Silphid. I mean, if he wants to go for the Glyph build again, I think this map's a bit better for it, maybe. Or at least it's worse for Bio, so I don't object to that.
It was like 2 seasons ago, I think, the Goliath build was so popular in CPL. It was like every TVC it felt like.
Well, Fuzzy Branch still carrying the torch though. He was trying to do it last game. Just did not work out. And you know, maybe that's just how he approaches TVC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can put a lot of effort into learning, you know, all this mech stuff, and Bio is just like completely different skill set, right? So it's not really transferable.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that said a lot, that like when you're learning Terran, you should just mech.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with necessarily. It's not that it's not like mechanically easier, I guess. It's just not as straightforward, and there's so many more pitfalls than with Bio. With Bio, it's kind of just like, if you keep your army alive and Zerg away from your base, usually you're not doing too bad. Oh, by the way, Ninepool coming up here. Blobfish is not a hatch first kind of guy, apparently. Oh, the best build, let's go.
Here we go, the number one build. No! Every time you say that, it gets cancelled.
No, I was so excited. Because he took it like a slightly early for an extractor trick, so I really thought he was doing it. Oh, why are you gonna bait me every time, CPL people? Just do the build. It's so good.
So what do you think about this SimCity? Against Lings?
It does not help Terran at all, but like, I can't complain because it could just be like, well, I don't care where my barracks is. I'm just trying to be economical and build it right next to the mineral line, so it's whatever. And you don't need SimCity to defend against Ninepool. The sad thing is you can do a Ling-proof wall here, though, so it's kind of a missed opportunity. But as long as you put the SCVs in the choke, you just make a couple of Marines, you have your second depot on time. You don't need a wall ever to defend Ninepool. You just kind of micro your workers. And especially with a factory opening, it's actually not bad because the Vulture comes out, and if you want, you can go to a starport as well. And it's a lot for Zerg to deal with a limited economy. Now, the problem is Terran doesn't actually know this is coming up. Oh, he is sending a second scout, though. That's an excellent move. Oh, or is he? What's this SCV doing right now? Is he trying to block a drone scout? Uh-oh. And Blobfish knows where Terran is. Oh, this game could also be very short at this rate. Oh my gosh, no, he has no idea. Man, this is an awkward thing about
There's only
maps.
One Marine. Oh, the barracks is lifting!
Oh!
Oh, no.
Oh, that could be GG right there. He's in so much trouble right now. These links coming up. Marine and SCV, all that's left to hold this choke, and they're going to last all of about 3 seconds. The links just like run past him in the first instance. They don't even care. This one brave Marine running back to the mineral line, he just stops. He accepts his fate. I think Fuzzy Branch is just dead, dude. Got to get that scout before you lift that barracks up.
Yeah, the barracks hasn't even landed yet. It's just getting out of here.
Yeah, it's flying to the next map. It's like, you know what, this is a lost cause. Does land. Not building anything yet. And yeah, again, if Fuzzy Branch could just finish this factory, a Vulture would do fine, but it's so far away. There's no way there's going to be time for that. And meanwhile, Blobfish is rallying more Lings here. Well, he will be in a second. There they go. They just produced. SCV's being torn apart. Oh no, 2v1 SCV versus Ling, not going to go well. Oh, a Marine comes out, but one Marine against Ling is actually like really bad. If I had one unit, I'd rather have an SCV than a Marine, to be honest.
I think that's accurate.
Yeah. Well, he's still trying to finish this factory. Maybe we can get a Vulture out and go hit the Zerg in his base. Oh, but it's just not finishing. And the SCV is very non-committal. GG. Well, there's the 2-0.
Definitely a strong first series here from the Blobfish.
Yeah, so that's going to give us a point here for Let Us Attack. Starting off strong. Living up to the name. Just attacking. Okay, so we're going to jump to our next series here. May last a bit longer than the first one. Whoops, I accidentally just started the game without you, Cobalt Kids. I'm sorry.
Oh, alright. See you guys.
Yeah, alright guys, solo cast now. I've made my own bed. Alright, no, I rehosted it. Alright, there we go.
I'm concerned that I had to download this map. It makes me think that they played the wrong version of Eclipse or something.
Don't you have to download the replays? Isn't that how it works?
You're right. I'm done.
I don't know. I'm questioning everything now. Alright, in the top right, in the magenta, we have Refrigerator. And the bottom left, in the grey, we have Jester 19. That's right, it's a PvP, people.
Yes!
We have Refrigerator for Lettuce Attack up here, and Jester for Too Fat, Too Furious. So, alright,
Dude, I got...
Protoss player, you're very excited. Go on. Tell me all about PvP.
Well, I was going to say that I'm pissed because PvP is my best matchup, and I got one PvP the entire season.
Oh, well, I got a TVT and I lost, so, you know, I can't really complain.
Well, it is Eclipse. If you ever played Protoss on the ladder, you know how this goes.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's so cheesy, especially in this matchup. Now, this is CPL, you know, everyone's a nice... honorable Protoss player, so there's no gateways in the wrong base or anything yet.
Well, we need to throw that out the window with playoffs coming up. I want to see.
Right. Oh yeah, I'm sure we will see lots of cheese in the playoffs, but right now in this game, everything looks decent. But you know, there can still be 2 gates. There can still be 12 Nexus. There can still be DT Rush. Playing.
You consider 12 Nex like a cheese in this matchup?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would think so.
I swear there was a point in time where it was just like everyone was doing it in tier 2 and 3 and it was just unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, if your opponent knows what to do, they should have a huge advantage. That's why I kind of think of it as a cheese rule. Right.
Right. Well, okay, next question. Is gas steal a thing in PvP?
Not really.
Why not?
Because, well, okay, so but if you're gonna get there in time to steal the gas, they can just go 2-gate, and 2-gate is a decent build already. So like, and then you'll have less minerals to deal with the 2-gate.
Right.
So,
I guess sending the probe early as well from the incinerator is pretty bad.
Right.
Okay, fair. Well, it is going to be a 10-12 from Refrigerator anyway. Maybe anticipating a proxy here, which is honestly not a bad policy. Either way, it's a useful build, I think, to open up with.
Yeah, I think like if you want to just pick one build to grind and like go up in tiers in this matchup, pick 2-gate.
Yeah,
it's
fair.
so good.
Oh, this probe thinks he can take on a zealot. Okay, changed his mind. Blocked! Oh, if he killed that, that would have been the sickest thing ever. Man. I thought he was going to kill it. Uh-oh, we're censored behind the map. Okay, I wasn't going to get rid of the map because I didn't want to see that probe's brutal death, but he is going to come up here. Oh. Man, okay. Well, you know, one problem with 10-12 over here, you're not going to be able to nice scouting for a lot longer, right? Because Zealot chasing probe is never going to catch it if it keeps getting microed. Well,
yeah, well,
big if. Oh.
There you go. If it doesn't get microed, you can kill that scout just fine.
Speaking of, Refrigerator's probe having a hard time against these enemy probes as well, but keeps alive. I mean, okay, so Jace loses the scouting, but the thing is, with Refrigerator going 10-12, his text is going to be inherently later, right? Whereas you see Jace not responding with a second gate or anything, just going straight up to Cyber. There's a shield battery. Now, is that overkill versus 10-12? What do you think of that?
So I think this is like the average coach's advice on how to deal with 2-gate, because actually Jace went like Zealot, Core Zealot, which is meant to stop 2-gate, and then also getting this battery. I think that battery is overkill. Like, you see that, like, there's gonna be 3 Zealots.
Yeah.
When the Zealots Refrigerator gets here, like, so, like, you shouldn't need the battery.
So...
Right? Yeah. The thing is, like, if both players have equal micro, you actually don't need to do this at all.
Yeah,
but let's talk about this game.
Oh
no, he lets...
You don't want them in your base.
In. It's gonna lead to some probe casualties.
Well, there's one already. Nice micro serve up by Refrigerator. Oh, he's doing huge damage here. Oh, is he gonna get that one?
No.
Nicely done. Oh no, this is devastating. Jace already using so many probes. I think that's 4 probes killed. Oh, and they're just getting started. Well,
they're the Nexus.
Yeah, gotta scratch that
paint. Yeah.
Oh my god. How are these cells still alive? Oh my god. Okay, 20 probes to 13 when the dust settles. Now, is there a counterattack here because you have all these zealots of your own? Oh, you know what? This guy's not even dead. I shouldn't count him out.
Not really, because like Refrigerator has 2 gateways. So Refrigerator, like by the time the units of Jace to get their Refrigerator will have enough to defend.
Okay, what about the strategy that everyone loves that never fails? It always works. The elevator. Can you get a shuttle in there?
Yeah.
Just start. That's what I'd do, but I'd probably lose.
That'd be amazing. Yeah.
I've never seen it work in any game ever. Actually, I've never managed to lose to it somehow. Like,
I've elevated out of my base to get out of a contain. I've never elevated into somebody's base.
You know what? I've also lost to people elevating out, now you mention it. But never in. It just doesn't seem like a good idea.
It's like, aha, you get attacked by 2 goons at a time. Like,
yeah.
It doesn't quite do it.
Yeah, I was going to say before about Eclipse, by the way. As far as casting on it goes, I'm fine to see games on it. It's always interesting, but I've really come to hate playing on it. Because, like you said, it has this cheesy nature. And, you know, you're third so far away. You just have a lot of stuff to deal with on this map, I feel like. Okay, so you can shuttle speed from J-Step.
I feel that way about a Sylphid. Like, I like the map. It looks really cool. We see a good games on it. I hate playing on it.
Where are the goons of J-Star? I know he has a couple, doesn't he? Or did he cancel them?
No, he just went, like, super fast for this Robo, I guess, to get...
He does not want to let these goons in his base again. How do they still have vision? What's going on there? I guess that goon's far enough.
Yeah, it's some random nonsense.
No Reaver even being built right now. I mean, okay, the shield barrier is helping you here, but you can only stall for so long. Eventually you run out of energy. Okay, finally the Reaver gets started. But if these goons get in the base, they're going to kill so many more probes. It's going to be all over. Refrigerator hesitating right here, waiting for reinforcements maybe. Oh, this is a very dire situation right now.
I mean, this is definitely not a situation that you would practice as a 2-gate player. It's not really normally happens. So, not going to be too sure what to do here. And the shield battery is actually paying off pretty well here, but I think there's just going to be too many goons.
No, this is over. This is over, because he can just kill every probe. He can kill the Reaver easily when it pops out. This is just too many goons to deal with. You can pull your probes if you like, but he already has so few. And look at this, like, still hasn't lost even a single goon. Just crushing through here. Yeah, I don't think there's anything J-Stick can do. Well, the Reaver's out. Yep. You got to shuttle the micro that, but how many goons? That's 8 goons? How are you going to take that out with 1 Reaver? It's going to have to be the best Reaver ever seen.
Well, here we go. Trying to get that perfect placement here. The goons are very clumped up. Big Scarab.
I was hoping for that Beast Scarab. Okay, taking that 1. Nice micro so far, but you can only keep that alive so long. It will fall. Shuttle speed finishes. That helps, but he's so close to the goons. He needs to be very careful.
There's not a lot of room to maneuver in this base. But
and his gateways.
And his damage.
Yeah, where's he gonna go? Oh
no.
Well, it wasn't the worst micro, but yeah, he wasn't exactly pulling off like the greatest Reaver ever. GG. Well, there we go. He just walks his goons up in there. Who can stop him?
That was a very solid execution on that 2-gate from Refrigerator.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't really hesitate on making mistakes. He just ran in and killed his probes, and then ran in and killed the rest. And yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see any goons whatsoever there from J-Ster. Can you not afford any when you're going with...
I think it was just, like... Things did not go well. Like, it was, like, just Zealots, and the battery didn't help because there was no home position. Like, and then trying to go for the Robo way too fast.
Alright, well, we're heading into game 2 here. In the 12 o'clock, in the blue, we have J-Ster. And the bottom right, in the magenta, we have Refrigerator. Currently, Refrigerator up 1 game in this best of 3. So here we are in game 2 on Sylphid. Can our player close it out? So, Sylphid, I'm sure, well, you know, I'll let the Protoss player say what he wants about Sylphid and see if he says what I'm going to say.
Oh, I mean, for sure. If I'm in Refrigerator's position and I kill my opponent with 2-gate on Eclipse, I'm 100 million% going to go for it on Sylphid. Okay,
well, I was thinking, sure, 10-12, pretty good on this map. But what really shines is the 3-gate goon, whether you transition from 10-12 or what. Because with no ramp, you know, it's going to be very tough. And honestly, even if it was a ramp, this is a very tricky angle to get out of into your natural as well. So, I hope we'll see that, but then the problem is, of course, any map where 3-gate goon is good, the DTs are coming up as the alternative. And, right. Maybe that gives a way for Jason to steal a game back as well, if he's prepared to do that.
Oh, for sure. There's always that chance of rock, paper, scissors going on in this matchup.
Well, unsurprisingly, Mirror builds up to the point where they build the gateway.
Right.
I love those pro games where they're like doing everything exactly the same.
Yeah. So it looks like Refrigerator will be going 2-gate. I think that's the only reason you ever bring back the first probe rather than scout with it. And J-Sta is going to get the first scout off.
That is nice.
And like, I think like getting 3 Zealots like we did in the first game, like you shouldn't take that much damage to 2-gate. Like just block the choke and you're
well, it was just a clear mistake to let them up the ramp.
Yeah.
He didn't need to. Like, you say he could have pulled like one probe just to make sure he won the fight as well. Like, yeah. But yeah, Refrigerator just, I guess, keen on this build, and if you only practice one build to perfection, you'll have the advantage.
Right.
And I was going to say, actually, this is something in Tier 2, you know, we saw Refrigerator in Game 1 just kind of executed a build that made sense, didn't really make any mistakes or hesitations, and just won the game easily that way, whereas Jester didn't really know what he was doing in certain points, like we said, the shield battery was unnecessary, and like getting that Reaver with no goons was kind of crazy, and just got punished for it, right? So, really shows that StarCraft a lot is about just being precise and having a clear build order and executing it. Now, we'll see what the response is here. He gets a second Zealot before Core here. I don't know about this verse 10-12. I mean, I don't know.
I think this is just still like panicking after the first game. I think maybe just needs some extra practice against 2-gate.
Yeah. Okay.
But so like I said before,
Maybe
like
he really wants to kill this probe so badly.
My recommendation would be just go 2-gate yourself, and like half of the benefit of that is that you don't die to 2-gate.
Right.
Like.
Yeah.
And then you also run it. Oh my god, there's 3 probes chasing this probe.
Yeah, he really wants to kill it, and I don't know why.
Maybe he's trying to go for DTs or something. But,
okay, but his cyber isn't even done, so what's the rush?
I don't know. Don't do this.
Yeah, right.
But like, if you really don't want to go 2-gate yourself.
Oh, did you see that?
Oh my god.
How did he survive? Oh my god, that was a hell of a juke.
Yeah.
Hey, someone clip that.
If you really don't want to go 2-gate yourself, it just comes down to micro and like hitting your build exactly, because like you should have a Zealot and a Goon, and like your next Goon like 3/4 done when the Zealots show up.
Jason Zealot fighting
on its own.
Jason not reacting, not microing this stuff at all, and Refrigerator with the Ghostu micro pulling back the injured Zealots, focus firing. Oh man, what chance did Jason Zealots have here? They were just outmatched from the start. And now, once again, the Zealots coming in here on the probes. Ooh, Mineral walking all over them. That was a nice drill, actually, that really messed up that Zealot line. But the damage is still continuing to go down. Production, only Zealots still from Jester. Very slow to get up into Cyber. No tech. Huge bank right now, even as probes are falling. Jester's Zealot not able to join the fight. Oh man, once again, Refrigerator actually absolutely smashing him with these first 3 Zealots.
Yeah, and this time it was, like, just a straight micro. Like, there's much better control from Refrigerator.
Yeah, once again, Jester kind of not really knowing where he's going here. A lot of money in the bank, whereas Refrigerator has a perfectly simple plan. He's going to make Zealots, then he's going to make Goons, then he's going to kill you. And that's paying off a lot better, because yeah, like I said, Jester I feel like doesn't really know what he's about here. Not really sure what the next step is. Still making Zealots, even though the Cyber's done now. He's going to be the DTs, but is he going to have time? I mean, Refrigerator looks like he's just going to come across and start attacking pretty soon. Oh, he's waiting? If he waits too long...
I think that this is going to be like 3-gate speed Zealot. I don't think it's going to be...
Oh,
DTs.
You know what? That makes some sense. But at the same time, does that build even make sense? Once again, the Shield Battery plus Zealot defense against the Goons. Not sure how I feel about that. That seems interesting, just having a whole bunch of speed Zealots. But is that actually good?
I mean, it's a good cheese. Like, I don't know if it's good in this scenario.
Yeah, especially if 2-gate Goon, he's just gonna have a lot of Goons, right? And should be able to deal with that.
Yeah.
You were right.
It's like if the Zealots outnumber the Goons, they absolutely smash them, and if they don't, the Goons absolutely smash the Zealots.
I see.
It's like very, very swingy.
Right, but in theory you have more because the Zealots are cheaper. It's just that his economy's already been impacted pretty badly here. You know, I'm so sad it wasn't 3-gate DT. Because that's obviously the the issue as well here is he has to hold out until speed is done. I mean, I guess he has the shield battery for that. I guess that's what he was going for game 1 as well. That kind of explains why he had no goons. But again, it's quite late. The Citadel was very delayed anyway. And he took so much damage from the Zealots. And once again, I feel like Refrigerator could actually just try and get in here. Now look, he can even just hit the shield battery. Okay, Templar Archive's coming up as well, by the way, so could get TTs later. Probably not a bad idea. Although I question, would it be better just to start with a DT and then start building up these speed lots? Well, moot point right now. The Zealots coming out here attacking without speed, but Refrigerator easily going to be able to kite back. Just chipping away at their health and already decimating their numbers so easily. Man, this is not looking good for Jester right now. Zealot speed about 10 seconds away, but how many Zealots are you going to have left to fight with? And now Jester produces goons.
No.
No range, I don't believe.
Yeah. I don't think so. But, yeah, if you're already committed to the speed thing, you should only make Zealots. And we do have the Templar Archives is done. No DT's coming out just yet.
Well, just as well, because an Observer is on the way. But I'm not sure what's holding Refrigerator up right now. Like, he stops the attack here just when it seemed like Jester was on the back foot. Zealot speed is finished now. Excuse me. I'm gonna sneeze there.
There's a probe trap between the Templar Archives and the pylon.
For that Corsair stacking in PvP.
Right.
Gotta snipe those Observers with your Corsair stack. I just realized you only had 2 on gas until now. Oh no, it was 1 on gas to get those speedlots. Now he has them back. Building the DTs. Where is the Observer? It's finished. Okay, it's just chilling at home. Will he send it across in time? Maybe Jester can use this to push the army back, get some space on the map. Maybe expand. Forge coming up as well. Okay, another Observer is on the way. But he's going to make it in time. The DTs are going to be out in just a moment. Here they come. Looks like they're going to have to do some damage to these goons, but I mean, Jester's going to have to do a quick reaction to save the DT.
I think the DT is going to try to go to the base of Refrigerator. Refrigerator already has an Observer and some rallied goons there, so I don't think there's too much opportunity for that. And I think Refrigerator saw the blur. I think that's why we're seeing this.
He did indeed.
Yeah.
And the Observer actually saw both of them anyway. Now, yeah, I like it by Jester. It's a smart move because the goons are just going to be able to run and you're not going to do much damage. If you do sneak in, you can pretend you're playing PvZ to kill all the pros. But yes, Refrigerator very ready for this. Just going to snipe that instantly. But Jester's the second one. He can keep lurking. And you know what? This does push Refrigerator back and allows Jester potentially to expand here. He has the Forge, he can get cannons up. Getting his own cannon for detection, I assume, in case of enemy DTs. Man, he made a lot of DTs, though. And still the probe count, not only did he lose them, he never really rebuilt them. Still with an extremely low probe count here. Jester just doesn't have the money to expand. Well, Refrigerator with 2 Nexus and still producing probes, he's just pulling way ahead in economy. We can see in the supplies, 76 to 49. Refrigerator just has every kind of advantage right now. I'm just wondering how he's gonna end this, basically.
Well, I think we're gonna see him move out with this Reaver.
Yeah.
It's being built. I mean, with and the shuttle that's queued up. I think that's going to be the okay, get out of my game move.
Well, it's the PvP standard, the Reaver, right?
Right. The thing is, Reavers are so good against like small numbers of Zealots, whether or not they have to, because Zealots clump up so much.
Yes, they certainly do. Okay, which is better against speed Zealots, Reavers or Archons?
Probably Archons, like in numbers. But like it's like one Reaver versus one Archon is
because Reavers obviously scale pretty badly because they just kind of shoot at the same target. Unfortunately.
But Archon's at the bonus of like blocking the Zealots as well, which is pretty good.
You know, if people never figured out that you could put Reavers in shuttles, would PvP have devolved into like a TVT-like state with Reaver lines facing each other?
Oh my god, can you imagine?
I want to see that, man. I think that would be amazing.
I feel like people have figured that out pretty fast, because like on the official StarCraft website, they talked about putting Reavers in shuttles.
Oh, really? Was it in the strategy manual?
Yeah. Well, and like one of the first like patch notes was to give units a delay in shooting when they come out of a shuttle.
I have seen
otherwise,
that. It's pretty horrifying.
Yeah.
I kind of want that back though, because it's pretty sick. But no, Protoss would just win every game.
Oh my god.
Well, Refrigerator's still sitting back. I mean, to be fair, Refrigerator doesn't have to do anything because Jace's still on one base here. So the more Refrigerator makes, the more ahead they're going to be. Even cannons going up in case of DTs here. I think they'll give them the security to move out. Storm coming up for Jason. Now, Storm is theoretically superior to Reavers, but how much of an army have you actually got here? The DT is going to be fighting on the front lines.
There's one High Templar. I don't think the Storm is going to outdo these Reavers.
Well, I feel like it's like, you know, that High Templar is just going to stand in front of Refrigerator's army and say, like, well, I'm technically your superior. You have to do what I say. You all have to surrender
exactly.
now. But I don't know, Refrigerator's got the peasant army over here with the machine Reaver. I guess they're not really going to care. Also, I feel like Dark Templars... Oh, sorry, you go.
Well, I was just saying that it seems like Refrigerator has decided to move out now. Probably having seen the army of Jace to move out.
I mean, Jace does have something here. It's not small, and Refrigerator having trouble coordinating the army. This is me in TVP, right? I'm like, I'm going to push my next army, and then I have 200 supply armies. on either side of the thing. Look at that, Refrigerator
Right.
taking a third. I love it. Should at least get his army up to contain if he's not going to attack, though.
Yeah, that's one of those things that I don't like about playing on this map, is the padding with these stupid bases. Like,
Yeah.
it's so frustrating.
Well, I think historically these side bases have been a bit of a downside for Protoss in all matchups. I guess you can't say it's a downside in PvP, but you know, in PvZ and PvT, I think they definitely are.
Yeah, I think I'd rather just like pave over all those middle expansions.
Would you have them like unwalkable, or just like this weird area that you can just stand on?
I mean, just to make them like the same terrain or unwalkable completely. Just like I don't want to think about them as a distinct area whatsoever.
Okay. Alright, well, Jace ready in this defensive formation here. Unfortunately, the problem with this is Scarab's actually hit these probes.
Oh, yeah.
It. Looks like Refrigerator just patrolling around, seeing what it can find. Doesn't want to overextend now. I think he knows he's got the game in the bag. He just doesn't want to throw it, basically. Does Storm finished? I didn't see.
Refrigerator?
Yeah.
I did not see, but it seems like the build has been progressing pretty well here.
Yeah, I would assume he got it. If he didn't, he's really forgotten for a while.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of Templars putting up energy here. That cannon's going up to defend as well. Just patrolling every area. Now, Jace just got his little ragtag army here. More Templars are coming out. Now, if you're trying to attack into a choke versus a lot of storms, potentially, you can hold this off. The Reaver is not seeing any use so far. Kadaran Amulet coming up for Jace as well, so Storms is his tech of choice. I guess he's not a Reaver kind of guy, because he opened Speedlot as well.
Yeah. Okay. I think finally we're gonna see this confrontation between this armies. Reaver. Just wondering if
where's the observer?
show them look for picks. It's like over the cliff.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, that pylon, that's going to be a pretty heroic pylon to hold this off. Oh man, you just realized Jace is in a very narrow location right now. Can't really get his army in to engage. But Refrigerator backs off once again. The master of patience here. Goon gonna sneak out or not? He's got so many units back to his natural though. Look at this, he's got like a whole other army back there.
Yeah. Just not want to take damage from a DT sneaking in there.
Is he waiting till he's maxed to attack? He's playing PvT right now.
Maybe. This is like, it's like I completely understand why Refrigerator is doing this. Like, I feel the same thing where, like, okay, I think I'm really ahead, but I don't want to look really stupid and, like, do a bad attack and lose.
Yeah.
So you just keep building up. But, like, as a caster, I'm like, oh my god, please, just kill him.
It may have worked to Refrigerator's advantage, though, because it looks like Jace is actually just going to come out on the map and give him what he wants. But at the same time, Refrigerator retreating most of his army. Oh man, what's even going on right now? Archon's being made. Okay, well, Jace is coming out in the, you know, the final ride of glory, trying to take out Refrigerator here. I mean, if he gets him to engage in this narrow area, who knows, with good storms. Alright, here we go. Units starting to funnel in here. Pulls back a little. Oh man, neither of these players are on the fight. What are the upgrades at? +1 for Refrigerator, +1 for Jaster, that's even.
Yeah, but a +2 is like seconds away for Refrigerator here.
Ooh, well, he's going into these goons with the anti-timing. The DT's going to get to it. The storms
big
well.
storm.
Oh, they are hitting the Zealots a little bit. Doesn't want to engage on those cannons. Well, good first engage for Jaster, warding those off. Hit the shields at that pile a little. Refrigerator still trying to get his army together. Where are reinforcements for Jaster? Here they come. Man, Jaster has so few probes here.
Oh, there's those 3 Archons now in the army of
Here we go.
Refrigerator. Gonna be really good.
Jason's army very spread out coming in here. Where are the storms? He needs to throw those down. The Reaver doing good damage. Okay, there comes a good storm on those goons. There's lots more energy available here. Oh, a great storm on the Reaver as well. Gonna pretty much kill it. Needs a couple goon shots to finish it off. Okay, DT actually gets the kill. I can't believe it. And he pushes back that portion, but Refrigerator comes in with the second half of his army. There was no hope from the start for Jaster. He was just fighting with one hand behind his back. And yeah, it looks like Jace is going to get absolutely annihilated here.
Yeah. So many Zealots coming in here. Running over the army of Jace. Yeah.
GG, damn, it looked hopeful for a moment, didn't it?
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, is this actually going to happen?
Yeah. Well, you can say that he let the Protoss army die with honor. He let them like win a battle before they died. The NCX says the only winner of this game is Terran. When Protoss and Protoss fight. Alright, so that's another 2-0 here. So, Let Us Attack looking pretty good right now. Taking both series pretty convincingly. Leonix says all classic good maps are Tasagi maps.
All maps are Tasagi maps.
Who says Lost Temple is a good map? Get out of this chat. I'm banning Leonix. Yeah.
It is a classic, though. It's not good, but it is a classic.
Sure. Alright, going into our next series here. In the top right, in the pale blue, we have Leonix, and the bottom left in the magenta, we have Bagel Pirate. Here on Eclipse, getting into a PVZ. Of course, couldn't be a CPL cast without a PVZ. That's just how it works. So, of course, we have Leonix for Let Us Attack up here, and Bagel Pirate for 2-Fact-2 Furious. Alright, well, a Terran trying to cast a PVZ, Cold Wolfgates, it's all up to you. Therefore, any mistakes I make are your fault.
Right.
Just get that out of the way.
Yeah, I'm your chaperone.
Yeah, that's right.
Game.
You will be my guide to this strange world. Oh, you know, I wanted to mention... Oh, no, if you got something to say, you go.
I was going to say, it's really funny to me, like, Zerg players complain about how Eclipse is a bad map for them, when in this matchup, the win rate is 50-50 on this map.
How is this a bad map for Zerg, though?
Well, because a good map for Zerg has, like, a 55% plus win rate against Protoss, right? So if it's even, it's bad for Zerg. But
I would have thought in the absolute late game this is pretty good for Zerg because
well, no, it's like places. Well, the base count is pretty low, right? So like you can split the map. Each player will have like 5 or something, which is really good for a Protoss.
Okay.
And then like it's pretty straightforward to take 3 bases, but then like 4, 5, or 6 like is much harder to take. So again, that's pretty good for Protoss.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's like I feel like if you keep Zerg from getting the bottom right bases, it's like you're so strong in the late game model.
Easier said than done though, because I feel like a big army down there. Zerg has a lot of space in the map to counterattack and even just attack directions. Oh, meanwhile, this probe block going down. Ooh, he's going to be denied. Well, you know what? It's not. He can't even afford the hatchery yet, so this probe kind of getting itself killed for nothing. Okay, now he can. Well, nice little harass there. Might as well get it done. Of course, it is just the overpool coming up. Nothing too fancy. And it looks like it's going to be Forge Nexus. So yes, what nothing's happened in this game. I was going to say, I was asking people to clip stuff before. I need to remind you all to clip everything you can, so we have material to make our highlight video. Yeah. Very important, because honestly, the clipping was great at the start of the season, but I feel like it's dropped off a lot. So if something happens, if we screw up as casters, absolutely clip that. You know you love Neblime's rhymes. Clip them all.
Yeah, that'll be a great way to get people in for the next season.
They will definitely want to play CPL
rhymes.
That.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So, please clip everything, especially in playoffs. If hype stuff happens, I'm asking you all to help us out with that as well. Okay, this probe going to be subject to some ling aggression here. Ooh. You know, it's probably not fair to frame it as ling aggression when the probe is in Zerg base.
Hey, I mean, the Zerg, like, they don't live here. Like, this is like a Terran base.
Yeah,
right?
so
like,
the Protoss shouldn't be
still
here
either.
Excuse me? This is like, you know, Chow Saro.
It's still like, yeah.
Where the Protoss
like,
came in and cleansed the Zerg.
Yeah, if like 2 people break into your house and then fight, they both still broke in, right? Like, yeah.
So what you're saying is if there's a TVP on here, you're going to call the Terran the good guy?
No, they're going to be the defender. It doesn't mean that they're good.
No, I mean, I don't know. I always say every game is a hero and a villain, right? So, who's the hero this game? I don't know.
Or gets annihilated on the ramp.
I looked away for 1 second. I guess I'm already saying in my heart of hearts Zerg is the villain because I described them as the aggressor, so let's go Protoss. Heroic Protoss, save the day.
Yeah, I mean, Zerg is the villain.
Well, I don't know about that. You're just saying generally, aren't you? Oh.
We're going 3 Hatch Hydra.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Absolutely the villain move here.
Okay, true. That's like, you know, the scale of evil villain schemes, like threatening to melt the polar ice caps.
Oh no, look at the Protoss main. Look at the gas geyser.
Oh, what are they doing? What are these probes doing?
No, they're on strike. They can't. They all forgot the key.
Because it looks like, that's right. They forgot the key. I thought you had it. No, I thought you had it. And they're just arguing. Okay, finally they do it. I don't know how they got in. They probably like, wait a minute, we're Protoss. We can teleport inside or something. Actually, I'm looking at this simulator. It has like 2 little, like, what would you call them? Like on either side of the blue thing. You see what I mean? 2 little.
Oh, it does. Like little like the pneumatic tubes that like papers come out of it.
Yeah, like the probe stands it, just goes away, comes back with gas. No one knows what happens in there. but they come back with a box of gas.
Can you imagine if the Protoss invented like conveyor belt technology and you just didn't need to put probes on it? You just had a conveyor belt. Like
any race that does that is going to see. What if one race just figured out they could like dig out the ground underneath this mineral patch and just take the whole thing into the Nexus in one go?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, like a giant crane. Like this.
Minerals. Even if it takes like a whole minute, it's still totally worth it.
Yeah. We just turned StarCraft into Factorio. Like
yeah, right.
This map even looks like Factorio.
I guess the bottom left part does. Actually, the top right part is just after you build all your stuff, huh? Yeah, that's true. Oh my god. Now I kind of want that Factorio mod where, I don't know, the what do you call them? The biters are all just Zerg coming to attack you.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Protoss stuff is the highest tech tier.
So one more thing before we get into this game where the Hydras are about to roll.
Oh, they're going fast.
The Protoss. So apparently, one of the developers of Factorio is the one who made a micro tournament map.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So there actually is a connection here.
Wow, that's very cool. All right, well, these Hydras, as you say, are actually coming to base. I guess we're gonna have to talk about the game. Anyway, yes, there's the Zerg coming to knock on this wall. There's a few Zealots available, but all they can do is buy time here. Second cannon only just going down now. The Corsair's like, let me go scout. Oh, I see what's going on here. Does keep
we found this. Yeah, we found the Hydras.
We know what Zerg is doing. Uh-oh, this cannon in a lot of danger right now. The Zealots doing their best, but they're hard to get out one at a time. That cannon's going to fall very quickly. The Zealots still trying to buy time here, doing decent damage, but without any cannons up, it's looking very dangerous right now. Pulling back, which I think was not the move. Honestly, those Zealots needed to give their lives. If they're going to die for Aya, this was the time. So these cannons, unfortunately, going to get picked off. I think Leonix just going to kill him very quickly here.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing about this matchup, is like, you need to see the Hydras coming. There's a few different tricks you can do, but if you lose the probe and you don't poke out, Zerg will absolutely just sneak it out on you.
Yes, so GG, Leonix taking it just like that. Alright, look, there's still hope. We've established the threat. We've established the villain as a cold-blooded killer.
Right.
And now this game we're going to see the hero fight back.
Yeah, it's a Space Jam arc. Like, the bad guys win the first quarter, and the good guys win the second quarter, and then the bad guys almost win the game, and then the good guys clinch it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's only a best of 3 Cold Gates, so wait a minute.
Right, so it would be like Game 3 will suddenly twist. Like, Game 3 it'll look like Zerg is ahead.
Okay. Alright, well, in the bottom left here in the red, we have Leonix, and the bottom right in the blue, we have Bagel Pirate. Currently Leonix up 1 game in this best of 3. We'll see what happens here on Silphid. Well, okay, if you see Eclipse actually not as good for Zerg, what about this map?
I don't know what this map is. I hate playing.
I hate playing Zerg on it, if that counts.
Yeah.
So
the natural is so small, and like the walls are a bit weird. So that's definitely a pain in the butt for a Protoss. And
look at this.
The bases are like the third bases are really good for Zerg.
I'm looking at the third where the Overlord is, and I'm just like, man, why do we live in a world where we're playing this game from 1998 and like the best they could do was stealing tiles from random doodads to make the corner of this wall?
Yeah. I want to know what this thing is, what this face is, like what, like Protoss deity.
Like ancient Protoss,
is this?
like grinning guy. Like he looks mischievous. Honestly, Protoss don't even have mouths, so what the hell is that? That's actually terrifying. They must have met some kind of horrible creature. Okay, so tell me, if this is the Protoss planet, why are there Zerg eggs all over it?
Well, it's Ire, right? Like, it's been invaded by the Zerg.
True, that's why all these temples and stuff have, like, you know, ruins.
Exactly.
It all makes sense. Oh, wait a minute, I wasn't paying attention to the build.
Yeah, hold on. Look at the main base of
the
Protoss. There's not going to be any worrying about the strange natural walls on this map. It is going to be 2-gate.
Yeah, that is not something you see every day in this matchup. Does that screw up that gas?
No, that's where you want the pylon to be.
No, what about the gateway?
That should be fun.
Alright, I guess we'll see. Well, we'll see if the game even gets to gas. Begapar definitely giving himself an out in that regard. Now, looks like the Leonix sending a drone scout here. I like the safety. We'll see if a third hatch goes down before he realizes what's going on. I mean, you see there's nothing in either natural. You'd have a pretty good idea, right? And it's not impossible for proxies in the middle of the map. I don't know if you've seen that ASL match. It was a while ago where there was a proxy in the middle of the map against Zerg. And I think Protoss won in the end. It was a wild game. I think it was probably BCU, I don't know. It was something.
Leonix is going to figure this out.
Oh, he knows.
The drones... Yeah, the drones sent to the other... Yeah, and is going to see these gateways in the base.
Yeah. You see nothing at either natural. Either there's 2 gates in here or there's 2 gates on the map. Like, what else is he going to be doing, right?
Yeah.
I guess you could technically be doing some kind of tech thing, but surely that's just weird and bad. Can you imagine if, you know, you could block the gas from being built by putting that pile next to it? That'd be so bad.
Oh, no.
You know, I like to think in like an alpha build of StarCraft, that was how it worked, and they're like, you know what, this is terrible.
Apparently, at one point, like, resources, they would, like, physically pile up at the bottom of your town hall building.
Oh.
And so, like, other people could, like, bring their workers to your base to steal your resources.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Why even bother mining yourself? Just build the property.
It sounds like super dumb, but also I want to play that version. Alright,
well, a big defense from Leonix here. Got that sunken and a whole bunch of lings. Speed on the way. You know, Leonix is going to have to make some more drones, I feel like, because if you only have 11 drones, it doesn't really matter if it's 2 bases. Hang on.
The thing is, like, I think this is how this goes. Oh, yeah, especially if these zealots get surrounded. The thing is, like...
they're all spread out.
Yeah. Like, I think when you go for this 2-gate, like, you are going to be ahead on probe because they just have to make, like, a sunk and a hatch at their natural and a bunch of links. But if Zerg doesn't take too much damage, like, I think they're still going to be ahead. Because Protoss is in a really weird position now, where, like, if the Protoss techs, then Zerg can,
wait a minute,
can expand, and if Protoss expands, then Zerg can tech.
Well, Protoss has his plans, as you can see, in the Zerg main. Ooh, I don't think Leonix can see this, but can you fit a gate there without being seen? You may not be able to. Now, presumably, the only option here is DT, right? You're not going to be starting to make, like, Dragoons from this gate in the Zerg base.
Yeah.
Or,
oh my god,
is he building the Robo and slow-walking the Reaver to the mineral line? One day I want to see that. Forge goes down, still no Citadel, but the Cyber isn't done, I suppose.
Yeah.
So.
With the Forge, I think it has to be cannons.
Yeah. Yeah, like, you're going to need one to defend here, right? So that's fine. But he's going to have to throw down a Citadel here, right? There's no other way. Hydrogen coming up, so perfectly happy to reenact game 1 just without a natural. Stargate? Double Stargate!
Oh,
okay,
what?
So what is he? Okay, you know what? He could keep this plan for later. He gets the double Stargate, kills a bunch of Overlords, then suddenly later he's coming in with the DTs in the main as well. But the Hydras are going to be coming. I don't know if double Stargate's going to work out here on one base. Wait, how are you going to have the gas for double Stargate production and taking to Templar? I don't think you are.
No, I don't think you are, and I don't see a Citadel anywhere. And we do have... Ooh. Oh, it is a gateway coming up in that Zerg base.
Though. It is hidden.
It is hidden.
Somehow. Well, you know what? Zealots are still not bad. Zealots can still do something, for sure. If you put up 3 or 4, suddenly strike when the Zerg extracted. Oh, sorry for the noise, people.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Just hit my knee.
Yeah.
It hurts, but that's
all right. So, right before... do you think it'll be a scout? Or
no wait. How's he going to afford a scout?
Oh, man. I mean... Has anyone ever afforded the scout? But
yeah, I saw Tobani do it on one base. Open double gate, then got a scout, but that was in the single Stargate. Well, double Corsair's going to come out here.
And Air +1. Like, this is like all in, hoping the Zerg goes to Spire. But the Hydras are not really going to care.
Well, not a bad assumption, because honestly, in this scenario, that's what I usually do.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here come these Zealots. I mean, how many Corsairs do you build up to? You only have so much gas. Do you just come out with like 10 Corsairs and like as the Hydras are killing all your buildings, you kill every Overlord on the map? You're like, yeah, I definitely won that game. Zealot's starting to build up here in this gate in the main. I can't believe this gate in the main.
Oh my god. I know, this is so funny.
Oh my god. And it's like barely out of his vision. It's insane. Okay, Zealot's trying to come across. The problem is Protoss has sacrificed scouting in the base because of building this and keeping this probe hidden.
Yeah.
I mean, he could send the probe up and Zerg would be none the wiser, right? You just think, oh, he kept the probe in the corner. You wouldn't be like, oh, he must have built a gateway, right?
Well, like, if you saw the probe out of the corner, you're still going to stick something on the probe.
Yeah, but my point is the probe you just run towards the natural, right? Nothing's going to end up down there. Alright, well, here we go. Corsairs coming across. Zerg sees them. A couple Hydras out. I mean, it could serve as a distraction if nothing else. Oh, there you go. They find their first victim.
Alright, well that Overlord came to the wrong neighborhood.
Yeah, you know what? If he gets a DT out, this would enable Protoss to expand because the layer is not even finished
Yeah.
yet. But his DT is going to be a while back. I guess Zerg doesn't know that, though. For all he knows, DTs could be out right now, so... I guess Protoss would be able to take a Nexus. And look, the Zealot's trying to come up here, realizing there's like a lot of ground units. Oh, did he see the gateway? Wait, how did he get vision? Oh, did he build that Evo chamber and that revealed it? Oh no. The Protoss outpost. Well, here he goes. Going for the drones. Will he get any?
Well, in classic
One down.
PvZ fashion, Protoss does something tricky and Zerg just makes Lings.
I mean, Link's a pretty good unit.
Yeah.
Well, he's getting a few
Well,
drones.
yeah,
Well, he's gotten 4
a couple
drones so
got
far.
here, yeah.
Five drones. Honestly, maybe it's worth the investment. Close call, but unfortunately probably got discovered before he really wanted it to. Still no Nexus here from Protoss. Really want to see that. I think that's the next path here, because then you'd be 2 base versus 2 base. Zerg could have a bit of an advantage in the army, but... Well, I say that, but look at the supplies. I mean, Zerg's really not doing that well. But if, looking at with the units they have, I'm sure Zerg would win a straight-up fight. Looks like he's going to try and come out here. Okay, Overlord speed on the way. These Corsairs have to make their move before they lose all relevance here. Okay, Nexus does go down. I'd love to see some cannons too. I think that'd be pretty important. There you go.
Won't be necessary here. The thing is, like, these Corsairs are kind of pinning all of the Hydras in the base
Yeah,
of Zerg,
sort
right?
of. But if Zerg did just send the Hydras across, would losing the Overlords really matter if he kills everything? Well, that said, this Zealot force is formidable enough, I suppose, that he couldn't quite kill Protoss, and if he lost all his Overlords doing that, that would be a disaster. You know what? I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see Big Pirate commit and just keep making Corsairs in this scenario. Just get like 11 Corsairs and just delete Overlords from existence. That'd be pretty sick. Oh, here we go. He's gonna move out. Overlord speed finishing up in just a minute. Where are the cannons? He's gonna need cannons to survive here. Zealot speed's not gonna be done in time. A lot of Hydras and Links him across the map.
Oh my god, if the Corsairs were gonna go in, that this would be the perfect time, but there's no vision outside the main of Zerg,
Yeah.
so the Pirate doesn't quite know yet, and you're right, there's no cannons. There's so many Zerg units here.
Okay, Zealot speed is a long way away. I don't think there's any way you can save this. Well, it is a good number of Zealots, but I mean, Linux just has to micro pretty hard, and then you should be fine. Look, the Nexus is going to go down so fast. Oh my gosh, okay, the Zealots engaging. 3 Zealots just chilling at the back. They're like, no, you guys got this. You don't need us. And actually, maybe they kind of do. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Pushes that back more easily than I would have thought. But like I said, now Zerg can just micro. Of course, they're still doing nothing. He holds for now. That cannon is not going to go to completion. I'm just wagering right now. Well, let's see. Well, now that I've said it, this cannon is going to complete and like survive the entire game, isn't it? But look how many Hydras are coming up. Alright, come on, Leonix. I've committed myself. You have to save me here. Leonix, please. Kill the cannon. Okay, Zealot's trying to fight here. Zealot speed just about to finish. Zerg hitting at the best possible timing, really. And Big Pirate realizes it's all over. GG.
The cannon didn't die, but it
Damn
also
it.
didn't finish.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
I was actually correct, guys. Actually, I know what I'm doing.
Nailed it.
Okay, so that's enough for 2-0. I guess this is 2-0 night here at CPL. And that is another one for Lettuce Attack. Lettuce Attack decimating the tier 2s right now. Alright, well,
Yeah.
if anyone paid attention to the announcement, you knew it was coming. It was only a matter of time. It's time for the TVT.
Oh boy. My connection's breaking up. I'll have to see you later.
Yeah. You're like Stukov in the campaign, not Stukov, Duran.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I can't hear you in perfectly good signal.
Yeah.
Alright. In the top right here, in the red, what did I just do? We have It In CIDER. And the bottom left, in the blue, we have Manadog. So I'm glad they put it on top of the spawn. Let's see what the colours would have been. It would have been blue and brown, which isn't bad, but no, it's red and blue. And we have Manadog here for Lettuce Attack. Sorry, no, what am I saying? Yes, no, that's right. And It In CIDER for 2 Factory Furious. So, with Lettuce Attack having 2-0'd every single match so far, Manadog definitely the villain in this series, right? CIDER going to be the hero. Right?
Well, I don't know. I've been burned before.
What, you think he's going to do some very unheroic thing?
Yeah.
Look, you want TBT to be over quickly, right? So what build do you do in TBT
Yeah.
where you're going to be mad about? If he, like, somehow double expands and holds it?
I just I just don't want to see the 1-fac expand against the 2-factory tank push, because that is never fun.
True, and it's very common at this level, I feel like. I mean, already I'm kind of like, why are you making this depot? But anyway, he could be going 2-port Wraith. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Look, oh, they're playing on TR-24. They must be close geographically.
Yeah. What do you even need Tournament 24 for? All you need is siege tanks. And
hey, what the hell is this? Manadog, what? Not cool, dude. Wow. I'm just here trying to cast. Wow. Called out by Manadog. Oh my god.
Damage.
What were you going to ask?
I was going to say, like, wait, whoop. I forgot what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
Oh, never mind, yeah. I completely forgot about that.
That's fine.
Oh, no. I asked, why do you need Tournament 24 in TVT? Like, you don't micro anything. You just siege your tanks.
I'm getting called out on 2 fronts right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to siege your tanks 1 second faster than the other guy. That's like the whole thing. Haven't you seen, like, I don't know, insert pro-level TVT here where someone sieged their tanks slightly too late? Wow.
Well, the mistake was that they unsieged. Like, right?
Yeah,
like,
true,
if you don't unsiege, then you can never get jumped on. Like
well, on the topic of what do you need turn rate 24 for, ask my freaking Korean ladder opponents where it's like turn rate 24 high, and they start like spamming the chat with lag, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? It's 24 high, man. Like, God. I'm out here playing like 8 extra on every other match, and they're like, oh my god, it's 24 high.
My favorite is when they spend the entire 20-minute match spamming me like, do you speak Korean? Like, I think it's pretty clear at this point that I don't.
Well, I think to some extent, people a lot of the time think wait a minute, is Manadog's SCV trapped? Please tell me that can... Okay, no, okay.
Where?
False alarm.
Oh, yeah.
I think to some extent, people think that people are faking not being Korean sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
So, like, does that mean that there are Koreans who pretend not to be Korean? Like...
I guess so. By the way, your nightmare has come true. It's 2-fac versus 1-fac.
No! Oh my god. Well, Manadog is going to win this game, then.
Are you
I'm calling it.
No. Cider's our hero. Alright? He's going to fight back for 2-fac 2 Furious. He is... Oh, I almost just exited the game. Everyone on stream saw that. He is the honorable 2-fac... Cider, no.
Ooh,
you were the chosen one.
Vulture Man has been unleashed.
No. He was supposed to go 2-fac.
No, this is better. This is the game that I want to see. Just pure vultures, dude.
Oh my god! Hey, Manadog spoiling in the chat. Hey, stop that. Is this BGH? Too slow, too calm. Yeah, look, I'm gonna be honest. This is my least favorite 1-base build you could ever do. But it's alright. This is just the phase where the hero doesn't know what he's doing and screws up, and there's recriminations from everyone, and they don't believe in him, but then he'll come out even stronger and bring it back, right?
Right. Like the part where they lie for no reason and it tears apart the entire team.
Yeah, exactly. And it could have been cleared up. It was just a misunderstanding, really. They could have just mentioned it at any point, but no.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I forgot to expand before I make 3 factories.
Yeah, like, oh, it's
like, yeah.
Or it's just going to be like, but you said you were part of 2-fac 2 Furious, and it's just like, yeah, so. Well, look at that. Here's the expansion. It's fine. He's fixing it.
There you go.
And I gotta say, I'm liking the opening less and less. But meanwhile, what's Manadog doing here? We have no shop. Actually, Manadog's kind of playing right into his hands somehow. Going 3 Vulture before shop. Actually, 4 Vulture before shop. And trying to attack here. If Cider attacks, I mean, okay, it looks like they're going to get away. If you get on top of those Vultures and do a moving shot, you can just chase them down 100%. So a lot of the time in TVT, if you come across like this and try and poke your opponents on the ball, you could just lose your first Vulture for free. Just because you don't get the first shot. It's so nice edge, it's ridiculous. Now look at this. More Vultures coming up. But Slip Inside already has 3 factories, so honestly looking pretty well set up to face this Vulture aggression coming out. Now, trying to attack up the ramp here might be dicey, forced to pull back, but already has the Vulture count. Speed coming up faster for Cider as well. Manadog only just starting it now. Okay, Cider's problem is there's only 19 SCVs. That's the main issue here. Manadog does have a way superior economy, having got this null expand, but both players cutting SCVs at this time. So both of them, well, I was going to say both of them falling behind, but that sentence doesn't make sense. Oh, look at this, sneaks up the side of the ramp. Getting a nice engage on the side of the Vultures here for Manadog. Looks like he's going to kill every Vulture unless Manadog can retreat. Gets a nice moving shot on one of them. And looks like the rest of them are going to... Oh, okay, they're going to get home, I think. Oh, man, I've cursed them now, haven't I? Nice moving shots from Cider. Does take out one more. Okay, now what defense does Manadog have? You've got to use the SCVs to fight here because there's just way more vultures for Cider. Trying to use the ramp, but you lose a lot of SCVs if you do that. Oh dear. You know, Manadog in big trouble here. More vultures popping out, but the SCVs fighting... Sorry?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Adding a lot of DPS in the back. Sorry, I thought you were trying to say something. And a lot of SCVs have fallen. The problem with Manadog there is you're sending in like 1 or 2 SCVs at a time. In TVT, anytime you're pulling SCVs, I feel like you just need to bring a lot. Just send the whole mineral line, or at least run them away. Don't send half. Okay, trying to go up the ramp here. This may be a mistake from Cider though, allowing Manadog to get great shots in return. And Manadog may reclaim his natural just for a moment here. The Marine falling. Marine very important here. Actually adds a lot of DPS. Hang on, Cider with so many more vultures. They're coming in for round 2. Looks like gonna just overwhelm. No mines up for either player. And by the way, Cider with a huge bank right now. Funny thing is, Manadog still has more SCVs. That's how few SCVs Cider had made. Oh my gosh, this is chaotic. But Cider seems to be maintaining the superior vulture count.
Well, yeah, I think these factories are going to get camped here, and Cider is sending over their reinforcements.
Oh, but the rallies. Yeah, needed to reset the rallies there. That's a big issue. If none of those rallied, he probably could have taken all this out, but now a lot of free shots have gone down. The vultures die pretty fast, and Cider still continues to rally more. Again, if Mines was done... Okay, GG. I was going to say, if Mines was done, the game's over. The game's probably over anyway. Well, there you go. Our hero striking back against the evil Let Us Attack doing macro openings. How dare they?
Well, if there's anything that beats vultures, it's more vultures.
Absolutely true. the unit's so OP, the anything can beat. Well, I always say about tanks are so strong. The best way to beat them is to make them kill each other.
In general, like, use their own stuff against it.
True. Marines over stim. Obviously, mines just blow up everything. Obviously, how you do it is you make them nuke themselves. That's the real strategy. Yeah. The new meta. Alright. In the 12 o'clock. In the blue, we have Manadog. And the bottom right, in the red, we have Slippered in Cider. Cider up 1 game in this best of 3. Can he take a series for 2 Fact 2 Furious tonight? They could use one. It's been pretty brutal for them so far. I would like to see it. So far, up 1 game, he could just take it 2-0 just like that. Here we are.
Is a Ultraman good on this map too? Because
well, Wise Terran once told me, I've quoted this 10 times on cast, you're probably sick of it now. Wise Terran once told me there's only 2 types of map in TVT. There's Vulture Hell and Dropship Heaven, and this is absolutely Vulture Hell. This is so Vulture Hell. Because obviously you have no ramp, and besides the fact you have no ramp, the natural is so wide open, it's so hard to defend if you don't have the same vulture count already. And then you have these fake high grounds which have like an inherent backstab path, because you can either go for the narrow fake high ground or you go around the side. And then, if you get past all of that, the center of the map is just so wide open that throughout the whole game, having minefields is going to be very important. So yeah, this is Vulture Hell times 2. This is the 7th circle of Vulture Hell.
Isn't this also like Dropship Hell though? Like, isn't
it's not Dropship Hell, it's Dropship Hell, that's
for
sure. Yeah, because it's like if you have the rotation, like for example, you know, I would say Manadog has a way better rotation here. If you push near your opponent's main, you suddenly drop in and kill them. Yeah, definitely a thing as well. At the same time, oh well, hang on, the game may not last that long. Cider with the 8 racks. No, wait, no, sorry, what am I saying? This is an 11 racks in the middle of the map. I should pay more attention to the actual game. So, just doing a forward barracks placement, I guess you'd say. Just going to scout. And if it's a CC first or something like that, you can put the pressure on, but this isn't necessarily cheesy. So, I like mixing this in. You got to keep your opponents honest, I feel like. The only downside is if it does turn out to be 8 racks, then you're in trouble. But putting in the middle of the map, presumably you can see your opponent's 8 racks. So, I like that. But yes, big drops can be an issue. And the high ground gas spaces around the edge make dropships a bit stronger as well. But I think, generally speaking, dropships are a little bit more limited here than on some other maps, potentially. Just take Fighting Spirit, for example, which I would say very much is dropship heaven, because you have the other mains you want to secure that have ramps and stuff, whereas on this map, yes, they have chokes, and it can be strong, but in general, it's just not as favourable. No, it's not to say that, you know, you shouldn't go dropships, we won't see a dropship just later. My god, look at that SCV trying to block that. Okay, gets in though. Just, I feel like the map doesn't make them like a necessity. And I've played a lot of games on here where we're just kind of duking it out on the ground, smashing each other until one player goes BCs, and I'm always too slow going BCs, so I die. So
I feel like that's every time that I've got coached on something, it's like, well, you should do this thing, except it's not that great, but you still have to do it, but you don't have to. Like, it's always like that.
Well, if you got TBT coaching from me, you know what it sounds like.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a factory for Cider, but it's not in his base. Maybe Cider's doing like a challenge run. It's like, okay, you can do what you want, but you can't build any production in your base. And Cider's like, all right, I got this. You know, now I'm thinking, is there some crazy game where you build like 10 factories over here at the mineral only? And like, as long as you don't die to early vultures, it seems like a pretty good position to have your factories, because it's kind of slightly closer to getting them out on the map. I don't know. Now I want to do that somehow. I remember there was that famous Pro League game where, I can't remember who it was, but Flash's opponent, so you know they lose, proxied 4 factories on the middle of the map, and it did not work. Man, look at Cider building up these Marines right now. Unfortunately for him, Manadog with the bunker knows something's up. Looks like Cider wanted to try and bust the expansion here, and you can see it would be strong if not for this bunker. Now, also a single vulture can deal with all these Marines, but presumably Cider's going to send vultures of his own. So many Marines building up here. Oh my gosh. Where are these SCVs going, though? Excuse me. You know what I'd love to see? Oh, he's doing it. I was about to say I'd love to see him build a starport here, get a control tower, and start dropping his Marines and stuff in. Is he actually going to do it? Okay, if he sees this bunker, he needs to pull back. He needs to pull back. He can't engage this. There's no way. Yeah, okay, he sees the bunker. I don't think he actually saw the vultures somehow, but he's going to just hold this position. Dude, if he builds a dropship, I'm going to lose my mind. This is amazing.
We asked about the elevator. I see it.
Yeah, that's
right. It's a completely different matchup, but we still manifested it here.
So, do you drop in and start building bunkers on the enemy factories? That sounds pretty cool.
There you go.
That sounds amazing. But it's going to have to do a lot, because you can see the worker count really favoring Manadog once again. Oh my gosh. No, I thought these vultures were going to go in. I'm too paranoid. Okay. Well, Manadog just having a lot of vultures, though, is still going to be pretty effective against this. If it's only Marines and vultures you're dropping, vultures are great at killing both of those. Okay, there's going to be a Wraith. I'm very disappointed, but that probably makes more sense. So again, Cider playing the challenge. You can't build production in your base. Vultures trying to come out.
I know what the plan is here. So the Manadog is going to make these machine shops, and then Cider is going to land factories there to use the machine shops.
Wow, I'm surprised Cider managed to kill every vulture there. It really looked like they were just going to get shredded by the bunker.
Yeah.
That SCV doing a great job blocking, kills all the military units, but hey, the scouting SCV survives to get inside, I guess.
Worth.
So yeah, these Wraiths going to do a little bit of damage because there's no armory. But I think on balance I still like Manadog's position, especially because there's no ground units for Cider. These vultures just come across and harass. Okay, I say there's no ground units. He's continuing to make Marines, which honestly is worse than having no ground units, because at that point you're just wasting minerals on units that are never going to be worth it. Oh, kill it! Nice. That vulture sacrifices life for an SCV. Can he keep the pressure up here? I mean, 3 factory vulture production. Manadog's going to build up a lot of vultures. Look, this Manadog very smartly. He's moving straight out on the map. He knows he doesn't have to care about defending with these. If he can just head to Cider's base, there is absolutely nothing here. Like, how are you going to stop him from just killing everything? And the Wraith continuing to do its work. eBay on the way, and that's going to do it. Armory as well. Takes a lot longer than eBay, though. So yeah,
I tried to watch this Wraith to see how many kills it gets before Anteater comes out, and it's 2.
2.
It's amazing how bad they are. Like the eBay started after the Wraith started shooting things.
Don't worry, they'll kill this factory soon.
Oh my god.
They might just get baited into turrets and die here. Okay, they see the turrets coming up, and like this always feels terrible when with the Wraiths. Yeah, you can try and stop them, but no, they just finish. There's nothing you can do. Oh god, he almost dies. Okay, so 4 kills total. Terran defending pretty well, to be honest, back at his base. Cider manages to hold it with like a weird choke point and a repair, but he just does not have the vulture count. The Wraiths are going to have to help him out here. And honestly, Wraiths not good at killing anything on the ground, as we just saw. We're going to have a hard time chasing these. No, more SCVs falling. Cider down to 11 SCVs. At least needs to build some more. Never mind if you're going to expand or what. But these Wraiths continue to chip away. Uh-oh, he's going to get right in there. SCV tries to block. Slays him down. Yeah, tries being the word. 10 SCVs remaining for Cider. I don't care what build you open with, but your build has to plan on making more SCVs. Because you can't win without making them. It's just a fact, I'm afraid. Even if you do an 8 racks and kill a lot of stuff, you got to keep making SCVs to win in the end. Where are the Goliaths? He built an armory, but I don't see any Goliaths out yet. And all he needs is a few Goliaths to push across the map and he can win. More Marines have been made. Also, another thing you should plan your build is to stop making Marines pretty early in TBT.
But like, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else you do, like when you're not allowed to put buildings in your own base, right?
True. He did have a pretty tough challenge coming into this match.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we see a machine shop coming down on the hidden factory, except it's not hidden. These vultures are just hanging around. As soon as mine's done, he's just going to put mines all over that, unless the Wraiths can defend it. One more SCV had been made for the side of here. Oh, the Wraiths find that one. Oh, he's going to get away. Oh, wow, they actually got him. 3 entire Wraiths. 300 gas, 450 minerals, managed to barely kill a 75 mineral unit.
That's nice.
Tank and siege is coming out here. I'd be amazed if Cider does continue into like a long game and doesn't build any production in his base. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, what could the plan from Cider be here? Like, I feel like Manadog is just miles and miles ahead because of the workers having 2 bases. Like, it's gonna have way more factories here. Like, I don't know what Cider can do.
Yeah, he just needs a base. He needs an expansion. He needs SCVs and an expansion. And he just needs to somehow use this Wraith army to hold it back. Because these Wraiths are strong, but obviously if Goliaths exist, they become useless. And that's what's happening right now. Goliaths are coming out. Now, there's no scan, but at the same time, there's no cloak, so that's not really going to be an issue. So all Cider can do here with his own tanks, which he is making, try and pick off the Goliaths, and then his Wraiths pick off all the tanks off Vultures and whatever else is left. And that way he can try and hold out here. But yes, economically, he's in an absolutely abysmal situation. Half the workers of his opponent would be a blessing right now, but he's still on the attack. He doesn't have time to sit at home and build up. No, he's coming with his single tank. Watch out, Manadog. Now, don't fly near that turret. Oh, did you see that turret lock on?
Yeah.
It's so dangerous. Continuing to rally tanks, and honestly, if Cider can set up a contained position here, he will have to take his own expansion eventually, but you'd be amazed how late you can take it and still be in a good position as long as you have the position on the map. And like, where are the tanks for Manadog? He's only producing one at a time. Both of them producing one tank at a time. I mean, it's kind of only the tanks that matter, but where are these Wraiths going? Oh yeah, this is the problem. This is the problem for Cider. Nice block there, gonna stop these Vultures from getting in. Actually, wait, can they still get in if they kill that?
I'll be right back, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. All the Vultures do get in, and the Wraith's going to pick them off, but it does expose a problem here for Cider. The defense back at the base is basically non-existent. These Wraiths are going to have to back up these tanks, though. If it's only the tanks, Manadog can easily take it out, but the Wraiths and the tanks, he does have something of a force here. Oh, but look at this. The Barracks going to give a good vision advantage, and again, this is where the Wraiths come in. They have to help with that. Oh, and look at that. Vultures moving out. Are they going to be able to lay the mines? The Wraiths need to target these mines? Okay, turns out no, everything's targeting the mines because there's a lot of DPS here. But here comes the main force, and a lot of Goliaths there. Nothing that these Wraiths can fight. The Wraiths just have to fly away. And there's one tank going to try and siege up, but it looks like Manadog going to break through. Another tank coming, though. It might be barely enough, but how many Wraiths will Cider have to give up to take this fight? It's not going to be pretty. Yeah, and it's just so cost ineffective with how small Cider's economy is. It doesn't even really matter if he wins this fight, which looks like he barely will. But yeah, Manadog could just make Vultures all day and run across the map, and I don't think there's anything Cider could do to stop it. The final Wraiths are going to fall here, it looks like. Oh, one left. There it goes. And yeah, what does Cider have left? He has a factory out here, a barracks out here, a starport out here. At home, he has a half-built eBay blocking, not really blocking. And here comes the march of doom from these Goliaths. Imagine their footsteps sound pretty dreadful. But hey, he's that tank. That's a great position for that tank, abusing this fake high ground, making it hard for these Goliaths to get in.
Oh, I'm back. I thought I smelled smoke, but we're all good now.
Okay.
My house is not burning down.
Okay, well, Cider's hopes in this game are burning down there. Maybe that's what you smelled. Because Manadog's managing to push across, although his tank's surprisingly holding off pretty well. But again, Cider can't just hold. He needs to do a lot more than hold with the number of SCVs he has. And Manadog backing up really well, except he starts having trouble spending the money, but at least he has the money. Whereas Cider is just struggling to afford anything at all. Still producing Wraiths as SCVs go out to where his starport is.
There we go. Has finally lifted it. Not going back to the main base, by the way. Going in some different direction with the starport.
Okay, looks like Manadog going to take a third here. I like it. Yeah, literally this one tank is the only thing Cider has. I was going to say the only thing he has holding his base, but it was basically the only thing he had until the second one popped out. 2 tanks out for Cider. As I said, Manadog really having trouble macroing it as well, though. Look at all the minerals saved up. But a lot more units available here. And another CC going down. Very nice. Yeah, I feel like this is... Sorry, you go.
I was going to say, this reminds me of the game we saw on Sylphid with Refrigerator. Where he's so far ahead, but he just kept playing like standard and save rather than trying to go in for the kill.
Yeah, it is sort of like that. Well, I think in TVT it makes the most sense, though, because many in TVT has been lost just by attacking into a tank line. And Manadog doesn't actually have any intel over here. For all he knows, there's like 6 tanks over here. Man, those mines, though. Oh, he's building a CC off-center. because he doesn't have any detection to deal
Yeah,
with
yeah.
mines. Where's his barracks? Oh, good, he did land it. He can make a marine and send it back to die to those mines. Man, Cider has made too many marines here. If there's a metric you can measure, the number of marines made in TBT is probably like anti-correlated with victory. Not the strongest unit. And still mines going down all the key locations, vultures running everywhere. Even Manadog taking this bottom left base.
Wow, yeah, Manadog is running away with it right now.
Yeah, and the army coming across here. That's a lot of vultures. The vultures alone can almost take this with good micro, but it's hard to execute sometimes. Let's see. Like, it looks like he's going to consolidate his forces, which is a good move. What's these explosions I hear? Oh, it was the marine dying to the mines. Well, that's a good move, but he needs another one. But where's this marine going? Oh, will he deny this base single-handedly? Nope, he's going the wrong direction. Where is that marine going?
Oh, I think he's going to that base.
Nice.
Yeah. I think he's going to walk right into that mine.
Unfortunate. Manadog was prepared for this marine harass, I guess. Wow. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, he had it. He had it, man. He could have killed that CC. Definitely would have killed it. Nothing would have stopped him. Okay, Manadog still not able to position this CC, sadly.
The starport of Manadog does find the or the starport of Cider finds the fourth base.
This is where you wish it was a factory, so you just land and build vultures. Yeah, and still... Okay, production has been built inside his base, including a second starport. Like I said, still not able to land this CC. Not gonna try, though. I'm sieging the tanks. Manadog not sieged up either.
I think Cider is headed to that fourth base, but this is going to leave the door open for this much larger army of Manadog to walk in here.
Yeah, absolutely it is. And this is kind of the problem I'm saying. It's not exactly like Manadog was trying to backstab here, but you can see there's just kind of like one path then the other. And just immediately swoops in. Like, honestly, it's like he planned this. He only waited 2 seconds and in he goes. And what does Cider have here? Nothing at all. Again, this wall, not really a wall. The vultures just stream in. That's the worst feeling when you see them streaming into your base. The very few SCVs Cider had in the first place are going to get decimated. The CC dies in record time. Never got to land on the correct spot. Rest in peace. I mean, okay, this Manadog CC is going to die, but how many CCs does Manadog have? Cider has one left.
Yeah.
With 2 SCVs, which I don't know how these SCVs are surviving more than 2 seconds. That's kind of ridiculous. Okay, now they're going to fall. And yeah, everything getting battered down here. The tanks continuing on their vengeance blitz, though. Like, they're just going to walk around the map killing what they can before they die, I guess. Well, the tank comes out of the factory for Cider. Going to be killed by vultures alone. The Goliath tank can't even get in here because of a miss micro, but the vultures alone are going to be able to do it. Didn't even need mines. Okay, here we go. Cider advancing here. Still trying to do the damage. The tree is giving so many misses there. I can't believe how many shots missed just then. Yeah, the tanks of Manadog going to do a lot of damage here. Stop this advance. And Cider just sieges up. But I don't think he can advance any further. Oh my god, that mine. Okay, I was going to say, how is that mine out of range of all of them? Okay, finally the Goliath tank comes into Cider's main. GG. Manadog takes it. Okay.
We're actually going to game 3 here.
Well, you called it, right? The villains have to win the second quarter. Oh, sorry, no, it was the villains winning the first quarter, wasn't it?
Right.
Alright, we finally made it to a game 3. It only took all night.
Well, we've had some pretty fast games overall tonight. What do you think of the odds? It's like a 2-hour game, like completely mined out. Like
it is a TBT, so I'll give it like
mottoing each other.
40%.
Yeah.
And the longest game I ever casted was a tier 2 TBT. So, all right, in the top right, in the red, we have Slip It In CIDER, our hero, and in the bottom left, in the blue, we have Manadog. I'm sorry, Manadog, but your team won too many matches, so CIDER's the hero. What is his motivation? You know, he just really wants 2 Factory Furious to win. You see, he and his brave warrior clan, guardians of the sacred 2-fact strategy. Whereas, what are these lettuce boys doing out here? What is their whole? It's just lettuce, man. It's just a plant. Look, it's all over the ground here on this map, Polypoid, which we finally made it to.
Yeah. You think this is all lettuce and not grass?
Well, I'm looking at more stuff on the right, kind of yellowish stuff. Yeah, I don't know what the eye of grass is. It probably does something terrible too if you step on it with bare feet. Protoss wear shoes, right?
I don't know. I think the Zealots wear boots. I don't think Dark Templar do.
Of course they don't. Of course Dark Templar don't.
Yeah.
just run around barefoot. You know, I was going to say before, in PvP, I feel like Dark Templar is probably the unit that begrudges being sent to the front line. We know the High Templars are all about it, because they're just hovering in, wanting to hug their opponents, so they're not shy.
Yeah.
But the DTs probably dread being ordered to actually fight in the front lines. They'd rather just be killing drones in your base. If I think about it, Wraiths too, because they never want a fair fight either. Need a like most cowardly unit in StarCraft like survey.
It's not the Arbiter.
Oh god, no! It is definitely not the Arbiter. Bravest unit in StarCraft. Yeah, what's the bravest unit with like relative to their abilities? Again, I think it's probably High Templars because they literally can't even fight.
Yeah.
And they're still running into hug the enemy.
Definitely.
You know, I'm surprised that they put the effort in this game to having like a different gas icon and object for each race when they really didn't need to.
Yeah, and the supply too.
Yeah, I mean that one's kind of more understandable because it's just like the UI icon, but the gas ones they put like a sprite for like there's the Zerg like blob, the Terran barrel, and the Protoss cube. I guess
Yeah.
Protoss just more advanced with their cube. I don't know why cubes are so advanced. Now, sided with the wall here. No barracks in the middle of the map, so I expect the factories will not also be in the middle of the map. Are we going to see the 3-fac again? I mean, it worked once.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what you would do, right? If you won game 1 but then lost game 2, like why not just go back to what won in the first game?
I'm so sad it wasn't the dropship elevator last game. That would have been the greatest thing ever. You know what? I should suggest this to Barisu because I know he'd do it. If I want it to happen, I have someone who can make my dreams come true. Alright, second factory already down. You know there's going to be a third one. Let's not lie to ourselves.
Right.
It's going to be a third factory and then a CC again, I bet. Which, you know, by the way, I don't approve. If you want to go 3-factory vulture, just build a CC on 1 factory. That's fine. Actually, you know what? This perfectly fits the hero arc, though, doesn't it? He's, like, having a flashback to, like, you know, that first time he used this strategy. And it's like,
Yeah.
Going back
to his like humble hometown roots rather than using all of the like
that's right
corporate sponsored strategies or whatever.
Now Manadog here getting the bunker already without even scouting, gets the scout, sees a wall. You see a wall, I think, in the bunker is totally fine as well. I don't see a third factory this time though. Maybe he is going to go for the CC. And you know, with the bunker up, it's very hard to do anything with 2-fac vulture against a bunker. And if it's anything like game 1, where it's like Cider was just rallying 3-fac vulture and Manadog was trying to survive, again, the bunker is extremely helpful there. Now look at this, a tank coming up. This is exactly what you said you didn't want to see, isn't it?
No.
So who's going to win?
No. Well, it has to be Manadog then. Like,
no! How can the villain win? He's evil. Sorry, Manadog, but you know you're.
This is secretly the like Netflix prequel series about the villains. So that's what, like,
right, that redeems them. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. Well, I guess it remains to be seen. I mean, honestly, okay, getting the bunker and going straight into vulture is actually the worst case scenario against this. Then it would have been better.
Yeah, you do want siege mode if you want to hold this up.
Well, look, just in general, anytime you're up against a one-base play of your opponent, the strongest option is always to go for a shop and a tank right away. Now, of course, you're not going to know that. He didn't know that when he started going vultures, but I would like to see him stop making vultures. Because his SCV came up and saw his opponent was hiding in one base. Now, that said, if he can get the mines down, absolutely the mines will be devastating. But it's a very tricky thing where if you go straight away for blind mines, you're doing well, but when are you doing that? Because if your opponent is going vultures, obviously speed is way better. If your opponent's going and expand and then tank, speed is probably still better because you can like run around and backstab. So it's very rare that you go straight for mines here, and we don't see any upgrade at all from Manadog, but he sees the move out here. I can't believe Marines didn't die there. This is like a TVP 2-fac. I guess he's living up to his name.
Yeah.
Again, the hero arc, I told you. You know, he's telling him that's why we call ourselves 2-fac 2 Furious. Still no mines research. Shop's coming down. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's looking pretty scary for Manadog here. Like,
yeah. Well, backstab's still an option. In fact, it looks like that's what he's going to try for, but I mean, with no mines or anything, these vultures have to run. And that wall, so helpful actually, that barracks just landing, stopped any possibility of a vulture backstab whatsoever. Okay, tank coming up for Manadog. Now, typically a big advantage you have defending this is your barracks is right next to your base, you have vision, but Manadog has flown his barracks all the way to Cider's base already.
Oh my god.
Oh, this could be deadly. That said, Cider doesn't have any kind of vision because it's not like he can fly his barracks across, but at the same time, I mean, how is Manadog going to defend this? He's got a bunker, and he's going to have a tank without siege in a minute. And look at this, the wall perfectly stops this. Oh, hitting them hard there too.
Oh my god, there is mines in development, but the tanks are already here blowing up the bunker.
Yeah, bunker's disturbingly ineffective against tanks. I'm not really expecting to be good against them, but it's kind of surprising given how OP bunkers are against everything else.
Yeah, I think we should nerf tanks so that bunkers can fight them.
No, we should buff bunkers. What are you talking about? Okay, now getting in on this natural. Manadog going to come down. This is the pull we need. This is the pull I want to see. All the SCVs, that's a great move, especially against siege tanks. It's very effective, forcing them to pull back, but that's good micro by Cider. You can pick off SCVs this way, but the vultures come back as well. Do they have mines available? Looks like they're going to try and lay them, but everything already falling.
Well, mine gets picked off right away.
Nice focus,
yeah.
Very nice. And now the SCV's getting hit. Now we can see SCVs are effective here. There is no siege mode for Manadog, so he can't hold a position. He has to keep fighting. But it looks like that Cider tanks are getting picked off here. CC is almost done for Cider though, so we can come down and expand after this. And the worker count is equalized. Actually, I like the position for Cider more because he has the position. He has the contain here of these siege tanks. And if you can reinforce this, this becomes a game-winning position on this high ground bridge here. Now you see that injured tank? That is actually in range of the inner base siege if Manadog gets some vision. That's something you have to be careful of when you're taking this position. Anywhere near these minerals can be targeted. Now look at this. Cider gonna expand, rally the tanks. It still hangs in the balance, but I think Cider taking an edge here. But these vultures getting out on the map. If they can get out and lay mines on the reinforcement path as well, if they can counterattack, there's a lot of possibilities here. But instead they're going to run in and... Oh! Actually, you know what? That'll do the job. Oh my god, does he have a mine left? Oh no, he used all three. If he had a mine left there, he could have actually killed that tank. But more vultures coming up. Nice micro by Cider, cutting back, but he's going to lose this high ground position, which is his main advantage. But Manadog overextending here, running into more tank reinforcements.
3 more tanks show up. Yeah.
Yes, they went all the way down there for some reason. Not really sure why they went such a weird path, but it worked out. And now he's going to reclaim the high ground, it looks like. Okay, Manadog's siege mode finished, but these 4 unsieged tanks can easily roll that over. Yeah, he's just going to run in and pew-pew that down. Oh, does take out one. Oh my god, that mine. That mine! Oh no.
Oh my god, the tank...
Yeah, overextension there from Cider when... Well, actually, hang on. Never mind. Genius move, getting right on top of that. He's target that mine.
Oh, look at that mine.
How did he not trigger that other mine? My god, absolute knife's edge micro from Cider right now. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, the non-injured tank cops, so at least he lives. He needs an SCV up here to repair these. If he repairs all these, it'll be really strong. Some mining at the expansion going down, but Cider once again falling behind in the SCV count. If I had one piece of advice to give to Cider in all these games, just make SCVs non-stop and you'd be looking a lot better.
Yeah, although, I mean, this game is a lot closer.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we see it's because he's able to get an expansion. He's not as behind in SCVs. Needs to reinforce this pretty quick, though, because these 3 very injured tanks can be taken out. And here comes the vision advantage. This could be huge. Is that tank in range? I think it might be. Oh, he unsieges it, though. Are you kidding me? It probably was in range there. But look, he can abuse this vision advantage. Gonna move up. I think that should be in range. Hard to tell. I guess it is. There you go. And yeah, now Cider has to pull back, but he immediately, when he unsieges Manadog, goes on the attack. Very nice. Oh, the vulture's getting right on top of these tanks, forcing them to fight. Nice mine placement there.
The mines go down, but the tanks are so low health that they're not necessary.
Actually, that's a good point, but he probably wasn't aware of that. Starport's coming up for both players. Cider, we're here with the next wave. Manadog not siege. That's still a pretty good position to take there, out of range of the high ground. That's a great position to have, a bit of a stranglehold in this area. Cider needs a barracks over here. It is on the way. And looks like 3rd base, 4th base coming down for Cider. I love it. That's a great move. Just getting the SCVs to work.
SCVs all over the map here.
Yeah.
Ready to build these bases.
I mean, I know I've said it 10 times. So Cider just needs the SCVs to work those bases, and he'll be looking good. Right. And both players are starport as well. I would like to see more factories. Look, my rule of thumb for TVT is if you don't get 5 facts for your 3rd, you're asking to be punished. So I guess both players asking for pain here.
We do have a dropship with a control tower coming up for Manadog. I think it's going to be for drops.
Yeah, it looks like. Yep. And, you know, that can be a very strong move when you're contained if you just go and harass with a few units. Oh, gotta be careful.
There's 2 starports for Cider coming up.
Ah, he's counted him. He'll have 2 dropships now. He might have Wraiths here. 2 starports should be Wraiths. There's no reason you should be making double dropship on 3 factories. Now he's got this control tower, which does kind of make me worry he's going to start making dropships, but I hope he's going to get Cloak and Wraiths here. Because yeah, you don't need double dropship production to ferry around 3 factories worth of units. I mean, both players just need more factories here. 4 factories for Manadog is not bad. Taking the mineral only, which is never really a good move in TVT. If you have a choice, you should always take the gas base, because the only thing you can make of this is vultures. And vultures are okay, but as the game goes on, they tend not to be that good. Nice vision abuse here by Manadog, going to take out another tank. Another 2 tanks, very nice. Oh no, it gets away. What? How did that tank get away? I don't understand. Okay. But yeah, Manadog continually beating Cider back from this position. Cider needs to bring up these tanks and reinforce again. Wraith coming out from Manadog after building a dropship. Interesting. Alright, these additional bases coming up. Man, Cider made a few. Well, if he can hold on to his position and get those mining, he's going to have a lot more money. And a lot more gas potential as well. 3 more gases possibly.
2 control towers on the starports.
See, this is what I was afraid of. Don't start making battle cruisers, Cider, please. I said you were the hero.
I think that's what we're seeing with the science facility ready too.
Really? Well, 3 factories, you're going to go into battle cruisers? No. Well, he doesn't have a physics lab yet, so there's still time. Well, actually, dropships would probably be worse. Making double dropships probably is the inferior option, but they're both not good. Oh, look, and that Wraith of Manadog doing work now. Imagine if Cider had made his own double Wraiths. Oh, here it comes. Okay, he starts making them. I guess he's just going to start making the battle cruisers later. These bases are up, and the SCV count recovered somewhat, but still not really mining very much here. And still, the problem is Cider reinforcing this path a lot, but as we can see, units can leave on the right very easily. It's not like Cider doesn't have the tanks he needs to cut that off, he just hasn't positioned them. And look at these, they're going to go up and cause a lot of damage to these bases. Oh, damn it, here comes the physics lab. Cider, why?
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Look how many minerals he has. He's very poor.
Right.
And he's losing SCVs now as well. And you can see the problem with this. He doesn't have every area on the map locked down, so what good are battle cruisers going to do? And when vultures are running around and hitting all his bases, there's even a Wraith out hitting his stuff already. I mean, I don't know if Manadog's going to make more stuff. Oh, these mines could be deadly. Where's the scan? We need a scan. Nice mine placement again. And he's moved on to the next location. Oh my god.
Oh my god, these mines
damage. Yeah. And that alone makes the harass worth it. Just getting those 2 tanks as well as with their CVs. He does pick them off though. And these other bases pretty much untouched, although still barely mining. He needs to get those SCVs to work. So Cider's still at the economic advantage, but potentially his battle cruisers could be inefficient. Not even making any yet because he really just can't afford them. And ahead in SCVs for the first time.
Yeah, up to a decent worker count now. I probably want a few more if you're mining from 5 bases at once. But
65, at least you could claim it's stylistic, you know?
Right.
And here comes the first battle cruiser. Oh, wait, did that mine just kill SCVs? No, it just damaged that tank, okay. Once again, though, Cider needs to really reinforce this right side. And we can see that Manadog is able to come down here and take this 6 o'clock because Cider is so obsessed with reinforcing this one angle only. Double Wraith for Cider coming up here, going to hold off any Wraiths at Manadog. Needs to be careful though, Goliath's hitting him, does pull it back. Nicely done. Okay, 3rd starport. I was going to say, if you are going to go battle cruiser, you need more than 2 there, so he's building another starport here. Needs more depots as well though. So everything looking up for Cider right now. Manadog with the dropship, we'll see if anything happen. Oh, a Vulture comes up to Manadog's base as well. And one Vulture can still do a lot of damage. See how it takes. Okay, Manadog reacts pretty quickly. Gonna send some reinforcements over here. Has that Vulture killed anything yet? Okay, there you go, finally, damn. That's the longest it's ever taken a Vulture to kill an SCV.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Tanks finally coming on the right side. You know what? If Manadog doesn't escape from here and battle cruisers start showing up and Yamatoing, he's gonna be in a lot of hurt. He's coming down here. Oh no, he's gonna try and go up that ramp. That's gonna be a disaster. Don't do it, Cider! Pull back!
No!
Uh-oh. Oh, this is going to be very painful. There's even a mine there. Okay, he does pull back. He does pull back. Nice move there. You do not want to go up there. Now he's blocking that. There's still this one big gap that Manadog can get out, but he's starting to seal off all the exits. One battle cruiser finished. Star, what am I saying? Ship weapons on the way. I guess it's starport weapons, you could call it. And look at this. Manadog just sneaks the whole army out, though, because there's this huge gap inside his lines. Now, Cider looks like he's going to try and plug it, but just a little bit too late. And so you're going to lose one tank for free there. Looks like another one's going to fall down as well. Oh, but he's baiting some into these siege units. Uh-oh, that's a big blow for Manadog,
nice.
actually. Yeah, gonna crush those. But at the same time, the counterattack force is here. Is Cider gonna have to reveal the battlecruisers early? What units does he have? Hardly producing here with only 3 factories. Even the starports he has aren't really doing anything. So much money in the bank.
There we go. The first 2 BCs are.
Is that even enough?
I don't think it is against this many Goliaths.
I think it barely wins, but it's not going to be efficient because I feel like you're going to lose one and almost kill the other. Well, they're focusing the SCVs right now, though. Actually, they're focusing Goliath, rather, underneath. Yeah, see, look, they just have to run. He can't even fight this. So huge damage going down right now. Cider just needs more factory production. Look, man, not saying I told you so, but you can see the battlecruiser is not the best in this kind of situation when the map's still wide open.
There's even a command center going down at the 3 o'clock. Like, there's as many command centers as there are production buildings.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, he just needs more production, right? Okay, this high ground tank can be pretty effective here. Not in range, though, it turns out. But at least he can stop any further advance. At least Manadog able to just continue reinforcing, though. Cider needs to seal this off, man. He's got plenty of tanks. He could bring some across, just cut off the reinforcements. Until he does that, it's going to look pretty dicey here. And, you know, Manadog, although he's only mining from 3 bases plus a mineral only, you know, it's enough for now. He doesn't want to take more bases soon, but he can keep up this pressure at least. Where did I hear a tank shoot something? What did I just hear? Where was that? Oh, it's near the 6 o'clock, I think, and a vulture probably came down and died. Is Yamato researched?
Yes.
Oh, it is? Okay, I want to see it.
Yeah, me too.
Looks like Manadog going to lose his barracks, but at least he already has 6 factories, unlike Cider's 3.
I mean, 6 factories is still not a lot for 4 base Terran, right? Like, both players are pretty low on the production count.
Yeah, it's pretty low, yeah, for 3 bases, plus a mineral only, I'd say definitely. I'm just saying, he's better off than his opponent, is all I mean by that.
Yeah.
And what building is this? That barracks being built. So he's going to go off more factories eventually. Now, the dropships are loading up. This is also deadly because the battle cruisers are extremely slow. That's one of their main drawbacks, so if the dropships can hit locations where they aren't. Now, here come the Goliaths. I think this is enough battle cruisers to take this out. See if they can bring down a battle cruiser. It looks like they will bring down one, probably another one, actually. Well, it's going to be close. Oh, he pulls it back, but Goliaths have a lot of range.
Yeah.
So, not an efficient trade for Cider at all, honestly. Even though he took out like 6 Goliaths, he lost 2 battlecruisers, and that's 800 minerals right there. Oh no, these tanks. Look at Manadog's tanks. Uh-oh. Wrong neighborhood to go into. Oh, they survive? Nope. Hang on, is he going to go
one of them is, yeah.
Somehow,
I think so.
This tank's been on a hell of a journey.
Oh yeah, there's nothing here to stop it.
Well, 3 SUVs is almost a match for 1 tank, to be honest, but yeah, they're not fighting today. The battle cruisers are coming. Where are the dropships? I saw them loading up. Here they are. They're still chilling at home. Manadog not sure what his next move is. Oh man. This poor tank. Oh, even enemy tanks came up, take him out. Yeah, he's gone. Okay. Well, it looks like Manadog going to try and bust the contain, moving out with a big force here, while the battle cruisers are away. Yeah, but I think Manadog has enough to bust through. Would like to see the drops assist, but nonetheless, he will crush through this. That's just enough units. And freeing up that part of the map is a great move here, I think. Yeah, look at that. He's just absolutely destroying. Now, Cider has some tanks available and these battle cruisers to back them up, but the problem is putting all this money into battle cruisers, you're weakening these positions you have. Okay, well, here they come. I think there's enough Goliaths to ward those off for sure, but Yamato is still an option. Cider needs to siege up here. Okay, there you go, sieges up. If he hits those Goliaths hard, these battle cruisers can clean up the rest. It looks like that might be what happens here. Oh, the splash damage decimating those Goliaths.
Oh my god, all the Goliaths get
Yep, only tanks
evaporated.
left. Oh, look at that, even moving shot those battle cruisers a little bit. Well, now Manadog is in trouble, because what army does he have left? He spent so much busting and contain, and then pushed forward too aggressively into the siege tanks, and what does he have left? Is Cider going to push in for the counterattack here and end it? It looks like he might. Still mining happily from all his bases around the map. 82 SCVs now, damn. Now he's just like, I heard you, and he's like proving me wrong by overmaking them.
Yeah.
Still yet to see a single Yamato go down, right?
Yeah, I have not noticed one, and a lot of these beasts are very high in the energy count.
Yeah, it does cost 150, but I still want to see it. You go battle cruisers moving forward, but there's a few Goliaths here. You're going to be careful, because the Goliaths can be very efficient. Although, is there enough? A few more pop out, the battle cruisers are going to be forced to pull back, but this is the thing, you can siege to support them, and then the Goliaths have a very hard time. Oh, wow, they just focus fire them? Who needs Yamato? They just have focus fire. And you know what? They're going to take out all these Goliaths again as well.
Oh my god.
What are the upgrades for Manadog? Manadog at 3-1. Battlecruiser's only at 1-0. But nonetheless, there's just a lot of battle cruisers stacked in the location. Okay, they are forced to retreat again. Cider not being the most efficient, but he is just mauling his opponent back at his natural. While he has so many more bases here. Now this.
Yeah, if these tanks can just be brought up to support these VCs, I feel like Cider is just going to absolutely melt.
Well, that's the ideal situation for battle cruisers. The tanks are 1 pixel out of range of each other, and they could just Yamato without even exposing themselves. That's where they really shine. But we see Cider, again, is setting up these good positions, stopping any flow of units. Well, he needs to step in this middle area. Once again, the middle area is going to prove the weakness. But again, if he could Yamato his way up to the 6 o'clock, if he realizes the 9 o'clock exists, there's a lot of potential for Manadog to be in a lot of trouble here. Okay, looks like he's going to try and get up here. Will he use Yamato? I guess not. He's just going to shoot stuff.
Please just use one. Yamato, like a turret or something.
Just, you know, accidentally clone all of them, Yamatoing the single turret. This is where you Yamato the CC. Oh, nice.
Yeah!
Nice, very nice.
We did it.
Alright, saving himself some damage too. And yeah, now these tanks are going to siege up. This gets very dicey. How are you going to deal with this as Manadog? You could try and pull your SCVs, but it's going to be a messy fight. And in fact, I think that's just enough BCs here. And the tanks will help a lot as well. Go on, Yamato the CC. You know you want to. You know you want to. Oh, he's not going to do it. Would have been good. But taking out this base is a huge blow.
Yeah. There's not a lot of mining left. Oh, we do have 2 dropships from Manadog.
Ooh, great move there. Yeah, that's going to destroy this base for sure. There's absolutely nothing here. So base for base, but Cider's still on more bases here. Are you going to drop that or what? Okay. Looks like it's all Goliaths, which is pretty good when there's battle cruisers on the map, I suppose. And perfectly good for killing SCVs. So great little move there. But at the same time, these battle cruisers rampage continues. Is there anything to stop them from just floating into the main and pew-pewing down everything there?
I don't think so. There's only there's like, what, 1 turret in the main?
Okay, there is a bunch of Goliaths though, and all these turrets, all these BCs are getting pretty low. So maybe. Thing is, as they get low, they might suddenly all start dying, and they're getting baited into turret stuff. They're slowly getting chipped down. Looks like 1 more will fall there. Oh, come on, Yamato the CC. I want to see it. I want to see it. Not enough energy. Oh, he did it! Nice. He did it! Nice. And he killed it just like that. Meanwhile, the drop continues, but the battle cruiser here to intercept it. Uh-oh. Those dropships going to get taken out. Oh, almost. One of them barely continues, but the battle cruiser is still fighting. They're being pulled back maybe to defend this. Uh-oh. Okay, the rest of he's going to fall here. But Cider, meanwhile, expanding to the bottom right. Battle cruiser maintaining their position here. And it looks like, yeah, this drop will be cleaned up. I don't know why these dropships are... the battle cruisers are returning home. I'm not really sure what the idea is with that. Okay, no, they're just trying to find the angle. 10,000 minerals has been hit for Cider as he continues to expand. This 9 o'clock, the only thing really keeping Manadog in the game right now, so he's just hoping it doesn't get found, but I think that might be a forlorn hope.
Oh, no.
The battle cruiser's rolling up. There's absolutely nothing to stop them. They're going to zap everything. I think Manadog might be done. GG. Cider did it, man. He brought it back. He got the series for 2 Fact 2 Furious. What a god.
What a game. This BC is like... They're normally like, it's like you split the map and then you go for BCs to like try to break the stalemate.
Yes.
But no, those BCs were... There were more starports than there were factories.
Right? Well, that's not forced though. That's Cider's own problem.
Right.
But yes, wow, what a series to end it, huh? I can't believe he actually came back in that game because it looked pretty dire early on, to be honest. With him just going for the tanks and hitting the mines and stuff, I really thought he was going to be knocked out. But I guess early battlecruiser switch. Every cast, the early switching player wins. So, I don't know, maybe I need to give up being mad at it, but I don't know, I just have my doubts. Alright, well that's all the series we have for today. Thanks for joining us, everyone in the chat. Thanks for joining me, Cold Wargates.
No problem, it's a fun cast.
Alright, we'll be back tomorrow with more. Well, I'll be back tomorrow, Cold Wargates. I don't think you'll be back, will you?
Right,
guys, I'm banning Cold Wargates from CPL casts, because I don't know what he did today, but he did something. Cold Wargates, what did you do?
I said that TBT is bad.
Yeah, but good luck to me finding co-cast that doesn't say that. Alright, we're going to leave it there. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow, 7 PM.
Goodbye, everybody.